recording. All right. And this is apparently the actual episode 17 proper of DTM Not Thursdays. I had them mislabeled in my YouTube channel /archive, which has now been remedied and put into a playlist with the proper order. So, where were we? We were all in Eldom. The siege had been put to rest. The cleanup and reconstruction was on its way, or in process. I need to move and zoom out. You were rewarded by Captain Bruner with an estate in town near the dock area, which is now going to be yours. It is 3 floors, and a basement with a garden out front and a small balcony on the 3rd floor. I have it all typed or made out in a different page, which we'll get to later. We had some crafting going on, a couple of inspirational performances by Avin and Tudabug. Some deals were made. Some plans were put into motion, and we ended the night with Tudabug revealing that she had crafted a set of armor for all 3 dragon babies. Y'all took a good rest after that at the Drowned Brat, and we will pick up the next morning. But first, since Crumb wasn't here previously, I don't know how you're feeling. I don't know if you're up to chatting much because you're not feeling well. So I'm not going to push you too hard if you're not feeling it. But if you are feeling up to it, I'd be more than happy to roleplay 2 days of your interests and activities while everyone else was doing their thing. Okay. In that case, I'll probably move on until you chime in. Unless you're just having technical difficulties.
If you're talking, Crumb, we can't hear you. Just saying.
Alright, and Assyrian, can you give me a mic check real quick? I need to adjust your volume, I think.
Okay, how's this? Can you hear me okay?
Hey,
yeah, that
there
sounds
he is.
great. And then I need to turn you down a little bit, Eric. Put you down to 85. How are you, Eric, sweetest gamer alive?
Pretty good.
Alright, you turn you up just a little
How
bit.
does that sound on your end?
Just right.
Cool.
Okay. So we're going to enter.
Garuk do his 2 days?
Yes, Garuk, did you have anything you wanted to do over the previous 2 days?
Well, I think if my memory serves me right, I believe I was cooped up in an attic with with paper and crayons making maps of the town.
Correct.
For tactical reasons.
While the entire town burned, you were cooped up.
Yes. Well, I guess I was away, so I'm trying to think of what I would have been up to.
Well, you have
the bakery.
you have 2 days
Actually,
from after the battle was over in which you could request armor or weapons to be upgraded or made. You could buy some things, etc., etc.
Okay. Well, how about this? I know that my armor isn't the greatest. What could we have done in regards to ranger armor?
Well, that depends on what kind of armor you're wearing. Is it light or medium?
I currently have leather armor.
Okay, with
So
leather
sounds
armor,
like
you
it's
could
either.
upgrade it to studded leather, which would give you another +1 AC and would cost about 5 gold.
Can
Something a
I?
little heavier, perhaps?
If you want to move into medium armor, absolutely we can look into that, but it will cost you more money.
I currently have 55 gold pieces, so money is not an issue.
Oh, that's cute. Um,
I could buy so
55.
many bakeries.
I mean, you're not wrong. You could buy out a couple bakeries. You just need how much? Let's see. Well, ironically, chain shirt uh, costs 50 gold pieces, and it gives you an AC of 13 plus a plus your dex modifier, maximum dex modifier of +2. So if your dex is higher than +2, I probably wouldn't do that.
My dexterity. Are we referring to the larger number or the smaller one in the circle?
A smaller number.
Smaller number is currently 18.
Yeah, your armor class, if the big number is 18, then
Are we talking about the larger numerical or the one that's like
it
actually
means the same
larger?
thing. Your dexterity is +4, so that
Okay.
means you'd lose one to your AC if you got medium armor.
Ooh.
But if you upgraded to studded leather, you would gain 1 to your AC, and that would bring it up. What's that? 12 plus dex. Your AC would be 16 then.
Oh, so my 29 that is showing on my character sheet is very wrong.
Oh yeah, I need to take a look at that.
Well, in
PCs.
that case,
That is true, Wrathful. You have a uh, +1 studded leather armor. Yeah, your armor class should not be fucking 29. That is wild.
Yeah, if he has light armor, isn't it like 11 plus your what is it?
Hold on. Leather armor is it should be AC
If
1,
it's
not AC 11. Okay, because that's adding a number, not setting the number. So that's also
if
not
he
right. AC should not be 5.
unless somehow it did something fucky when I raised my level and it
Armor
like
class
reset to like some
tracking,
default.
custom, automatic, core, AC.
Okay. Hey, Fuzzy.
Yep.
If I could offer some time for you, if you and him are gonna go over his character sheet tomorrow, I can hop in chat and give my helpful pointers.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. All right,
Alright,
yeah, I
just
will
let me know tomorrow.
figure out why that's fucked up later on, good sir.
In the meantime, I'll take you up on that studded leather.
Okay. So I'm gonna make that 2. I'll pump that up to studded leather.
He has to get it retrofitted first because it was the chieftain's armor.
Yep, that'll take a day at the smithy. Not a problem. Alright. Is there anything else you wanted to do, good sir? I know that there was some training going on in the Citadel. There, repairs going on kind of around town. I know a Helmac for a while helped cook a relatively surprisingly tasty feast that helped feed some of the displaced and homeless, now refugees, if you will.
Well, could you inform me of the status of the bakery that I bought out? How damaged was that after the attack?
It was actually surprisingly untouched.
Yeah. Okay,
A
well,
lot
I
of
was
things
gonna say
happen
I was gonna
around
help
it,
them
but
out.
not to it.
Okay.
Fuzzy, I stood you a DM.
Well,
I will
I
check here in a
guess we'll
second.
just say I've been
Poor
helping with the
baby.
cleanup efforts.
Okay. Roll me a d20, good sir.
Can do.
Oh, oh, nice.
Damn, a 20. Yeah, you are incredibly helpful. Dipshit and Shit Dip apply some of their breath abilities to, or some of their magic infused strikes to weld stuff together. Um, uh, they're able to significantly increase how fast things are going to move along. It's a pretty solid roll.
Good stuff. Well, then in that case, I think that does it for me.
Okay, in that case, we are going to wake up on the third day. Bryn, you worked yourself to the bone for 2 days. You got a hell of a rest that night, and you feel accomplished with yourself.
All right.
I know that Nock had previously requested you craft something for him, but I don't know if you had any other plans before you addressed some of the party's concerns.
Nope. Not that I know of.
Okay. So what would you like to do with the beginning of your third day?
I think first I'm gonna head to the bar and eat something real quick.
Not a problem. Let's go to the bar
I'm sorry, but
where Terry
I'm driving
brews.
right now.
Oh, you're fine. Do you want me to come back to you once you're home?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm
Tootabug
not
is gonna.
that.
Okay. Is gonna step up to the bar, and Terry Brews will provide you with. What was the name of that horrendous drink with the grits? Something about
Breakfast of
nails?
Champions.
Nope, that's outlawed.
Oh.
Because we can't sell eggs. Because all the chickens are dead. Avin, do you recall?
Sorry, I was muted. Captain
Oh,
Crunch.
Captain Crunch, that's right.
Or
He presents
Captain Crunch.
you all with Captain Crunch. And a relatively hearty breakfast otherwise. Mostly bacon and previously frozen chicken. While you are driving, I am going to move over to Abin. Abin, on the
Okay.
third day, do you have anything you would like to do? Perhaps get breakfast?
Yes, I will wave to Tootabug as she steps down into the bar, me with my Captain's Crunch in hand, and down it in 3 gulps.
Jesus. Make me a con save with advantage?
Okay. Oh boy, that's not my best stat.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely fine. Goes down smooth, except for the fact that it's kind of chunky.
Sandpaper.
Yep, sandpaper and warm ale. It's incredible. But the bacon and the chicken is delectable. And waffles.
Waffles.
I'm gonna look at the bartender. I'm gonna ask him. I said, "So you'll serve me the chicken, but not the egg?"
Correct. Chickens are dead. Eggs need to hatch.
And it was previously frozen.
Correct. By the giant lizard y'all have killed and is now being eaten by wolves.
Yeah.
And we couldn't just eat the lizard.
Gross.
Or they taste
I mean-
like chicken.
I'm not gonna fight a pack of wolves that just came and saved the town to get some weird lizard meat.
I think
Not
I know
today.
a guy for that.
You might.
I just got one.
Hey, alrighty then. Perfect.
That is conveniently the end of my conversation with the bartender.
There are so many
Very
stars
convenient.
out right now.
Real quick before we go too much further, who else is getting breakfast?
I guess I will.
I am.
All right.
Lipton will absolutely indulge in some breakfast.
Alrighty then. Gonna move some of these patrons out. They don't get to sit at the bar anymore.
I said I will too. I don't know if I was muted or not.
Gotcha. Anyone else?
This way we start the day off in the same location at least.
Yeah, and we can have
Correct.
conversation with each other.
So I'm gonna move self toward there, and I'll move you there. And Knock, were you getting breakfast?
I'm gonna look like as if I pulled an all-nighter pondering this chunk of ice. So I'm gonna look like I'm very tired and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah,
Is that what you're going to do? Are you gonna stay up all night and study your ice?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. In that case, make me a Constitution save.
Con save. 1 second. Come on, Mr. Character Sheet, load.
I hate when it does that.
Yeah, Fuzzy, I'll give you that character sheet, or con save, as soon as this thing loads.
Yep, no problem. Con save 14. All right, you are able to power through all night, so you're going to subtract another 8 hours of study off of your sheet. And you're not going to suffer a level of exhaustion.
Thank you.
All right, so we have Knock. Scion, did you
Thank
say
you
you were
so
getting
much.
breakfast?
I was.
You're not Scion.
Oh, my bad, I didn't hear you.
To be fair, I thought you said knock too.
Not in this particular case.
Can I
Mhm.
ask just a quick question?
Of course.
What's the use of the barrels behind the bartender there?
Oh, the name. He doesn't know.
The use of these
Yes,
barrels
please
back here.
explain.
Yes.
They're
that would be
kegs
Yes, they are.
of ale.
If I had to get, I
Mhm.
mean, if you had to make a assessment based off of their label, what would you say would be in them?
They have a label on them.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
have stuff
God.
written right on top. Did you not notice that? That's been there since like session 1.
Because I
That's
zoomed
been
the
there
fuck out.
Ever.
Is the cum barrel still there?
The cum barrel is no longer there. It's been deleted.
I asked about that the first
That was
time
actually the first
I
time I
entered
noticed
the
it.
club.
I never even noticed the
I said,
cum
what's up
barrel.
with the barrels? And everybody was like,
Jesus.
yeah,
Oh,
some barrels,
God.
and then Fuzzy just completely ignored it.
I've never been zoomed in on the bar before, so I just like, wait a minute. Sal
Oh,
slowly
God.
looks at his
Correct.
drink.
Someone obviously never played the first fantasy campaign.
That was fantastic.
So am I to assume that the barrels have been cleaned and sterilized since the first session?
Correct. They've actually, those are different barrels. The other ones have been burned.
Good.
Yeah, there was a health inspection and it did not end well.
Yeah.
You know, I like that if that was canon.
I mean, it slipped through for long enough. It probably was. I don't know why they were filling barrels full of cum, but you know
You
what?
don't know what
That's
Titus
their
gets up to
business.
after hours.
Correct.
It's getting
That's
ready to
how
say
they
that's
get
not
the
whole
head in
thing,
their
it's gonna
beer.
slip through.
That's how they get the head in the beer.
They also run the local stable, and they have a very successful horse breeding program.
No, they're not making
God.
glue, are they?
Hold on. I missed that.
Missed what?
What you said previously when I said I missed that.
Oh, the bartender also owns the local stables and has a very successful horse breeding program.
Very successful.
Then I asked whether or not they were making glue. Claim that they're not.
Okay, so we have most of the party getting breakfast. I'm gonna have Titus by the fireplace drinking a cap and a crunch, since you can't really chat much right now. I'm not gonna try and break your throat any more than it already is. You all feel relatively proud of yourselves. You came out victorious. You prevented the dragons from being kidnapped. You saved the town. You've been rewarded with a home, which you guys own a home now. A base of operations here that you'll all be able to customize your own personal sections of. It's got 3 floors and a basement. Would you like to take a look there after your breakfast is all taken care of?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, fellows, it seems we might be in the market for some home decoration.
Ooh.
Alrighty, I have placed a general layout here from top to bottom. The rooms are approximately 15 feet tall, and you will be able to divvy them up as you see fit.
Hey, can I call dibs on the basement east wing? And does anybody have any, what is it called? Qualms with that?
I think I already called the attic. If I haven't, then I do.
Any qualms with the basement for the east wing, ladies and gents?
No.
Nope.
Not at this time.
Are you using your section as a base for crafting and stuff like that?
I am, and also a room if I can fit it in there. So I'm gonna be self-contained. I don't need like a full bedroom.
This is a
Cool. I
pretty
do the
big
same
place.
thing for the West Wing.
Do you say east or west, good sir?
I said east wing.
Okay.
I say West.
Alrighty. I forgot to draw the attic. I'm sorry. I know that Garuk wanted to be the attic dweller.
DM,
Yes, sir.
where is the kitchen?
That has yet to be decided. It is basically an empty floor plan that you guys will be able to design.
Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that the kitchen will be on the first floor because that makes sense. And so Helmac wants to be in one of the first floors, basically right next to the kitchen, if not more or less in the kitchen.
Okay, so Helmac's a Hufflepuff. Got it.
Hey, basically, I mean, he can
Let's
talk to animals.
put Helmac there and get us a kitchen. Oh, that's the wrong place to search. Whoops. I need to zoom in again.
Ooh.
kitchen.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun. Sounds of things being built.
Just one of those mobile games. Just hammer, hammer.
Yeah. You must wait. You must wait a minimum of 30 seconds before the kitchen is completed.
Hey, how many
$1.99
gems
if
do I
you-
have to buy?
Wait, is it one of those puzzle matching games where you got to renovate the house as you puzzle match rows of
Oh
3?
my god, I see that.
No.
See that commercial
We're not doing
every...
that. We are not doing that.
Last I checked, my mom, I think she's on level 130 something on Candy Crush.
My dad plays that too. Anyway.
Alright, that looks about 5, 10, 15, 20,
Yep,
25.
I mean, that's good enough for now. We can, I can think of other things to do with it later.
Okay, I'm just building your guys' rooms as we go along here. Looks 5 by 5, yeah. Okay, so we have 2 rooms there. I need to make one for Helmac. Kitchen adjacent. So let's give you... Oh, wrong thing. Yep.
I don't know if you saw roleplay wise, but earlier in the other sessions, I was gathering ice in that room. So is my room like an ice box at this point with how much ice is in there?
Oh yeah, it's frosty.
Good. I'm gonna get like 20/20 sleep right there, you know? I love my room cold in real life. You know what I mean?
I do too, good sir.
I'm still pondering my orb.
There we go, and I just need to move you down. Layer map done. Alright, there's some blocks of ice.
Thank you, sir.
It take the place of your bed.
What did he say?
Does it take the
Are
place
you
of your bed?
sleeping on it?
Honestly, with how obsessed I am with studying it, yeah, I haven't even brought my bed in.
It's because you don't have one. Y'all got sleeping
Who needs
rolls
a
and shit.
Who needs sleeping? I need to finish and unlock the secrets of this ice, like a true wizard in D&D. Right, Fuzzy?
Yep.
You know what I mean.
So now we have... Let's see, we need Asterion, Avon, Gurkson, Attic Dweller, and Crumb has dipped for now. He's probably not feeling very well. Well, we know he's not feeling well, so that's probably why.
Nah. Yeah, I've had COVID before. It sucks.
Yeah, that's...
I guess I just got over it. It's a real pain in the ass.
I think Abin would probably suggest that the first floor east wing be dedicated for some sort of training area.
Or the right garden. The left garden can be like for herbs and stuff for food, while the right garden can be like a training garden.
But you want to plant berries in the garden?
Oh, yeah, I'm just spitballing. But yeah, that's... Wait, how many people do we have? We have 10 people total. Let's just count. Like, there's going to be an attic, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So some people have to double up, unless the attic has several rooms itself.
I mean, you guys aren't going to be able to claim a whole wing to yourself. It's a wing. I'm building your rooms as we go.
It's like each room right now looks like it's going to be a 5 by 5 square.
Yep. What's 25 times 25? I can't math right now. 5, 5, 25, 5, 2, 10, So 100.
So each wing can potentially
It's like-
fit up to 4 rooms with a hallway between them, it looks like.
Which can also be occupied or filled with things such as, I don't know, weapons, armor, statues, plants, decorations. We're home building now.
Yay.
I always wanted to play Sims via the DMD.
Yeah, I didn't
Ah,
anticipate
hello.
doing this, but it just kind of fell. This is the way it fell in. If anyone else wants to make a claim, we can. Otherwise, we can move on to other things. I'm not going to hold you
I'll
hostage
take
here.
one of.
We can have
I'll
a pool as long as nobody removes the ladder.
I'll take one of the second floor wings. I don't necessarily care which. And I'm going to be turning that into a library study.
Okay.
Trying gathering information and collecting the stories and things that I've been, kind of just traveling around and experiencing.
You can toss me down on the first floor, west wing.
Okay.
And if there's a window that overlooks the garden below, even better.
Oh, most definitely, sir.
What is that? Oh,
It's a library.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Little bookshelves and whatnot. I need to draw the rest of your room. Fuck. Wrong button. Alright, there you go. There's Salvatore's room. And a library attached. With a window overlooking the garden. In the library or in your room, because if you want, I'll swap them.
Yes, let's swap those.
Okay.
The library window can just look out towards the front of the, like, just a big bay window type thing. Or, like, that just gets a lot of natural light for reading.
There we go. I know that Scion, do you want basement east or basement west, or do you want a center basement room? I'll come back to him in a minute. Oh, Scion, because you wanted a. Oh, he's busy right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm here.
Okay. I was asking, I know you mentioned you wanted a basement room prior. Do you want basement center, east, or west?
Probably not going to be living there as much, so it doesn't matter too much.
I know. This is just a base of your operations, a place you can always come back to.
West, I guess.
Okay. Basement west. Which down here with Simmons. All right. Anything else, ladies and gents? I know we're missing. Bryn doesn't have a room claimed, and Titus isn't here, so I'll let that up to later.
Could I claim the room?
Oh, absolutely. And then, yeah, Garuk, I know you're an attic dweller.
I'm gonna take a room in the second floor east wing with Salvatore.
Okay. Put you over here.
Alright, I am back.
All
And
right,
just
welcome
for the
back.
record, Sal does not care where the... Sal does not believe a restroom is needed.
Little do all of you know, Helmac pees out of his tentacles.
To his own
Jesus
my goodness.
Christ.
Oh, what
Yes,
movie
too much
was that?
information,
Wait,
dude.
wait. What movie was that where the aliens peed out of their finger?
Scary movie 3.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Fuzzy.
does Helmac's tentacles operate like a octopus's tentacles do? Because that means one of them is his penis.
Well, he hasn't disrobed in front of you guys yet, so you're not entirely sure.
Turns out he has a third tentacle.
It's the longest one of all. Anyway, someone was saying something just a moment ago.
I was gonna ask Fuzzy if I could possibly roll an intelligence check to see if I had a breakthrough to shorten time I have to study, if
No.
you're willing.
It takes a minimum this amount of time. But actually, you're right. I do need to see if I need you to make an Arcana check, though, because if you roll too low, you only get like 4 hours. And where's the bathroom? There are 2 bathrooms on each floor. Yep, you knocked 8 hours off of your study time there, Knock. Not an additional 8 hours, just 8 hours total from what you had before. Oh, and that room is 2 bugs.
Or
You had 2 hours before, correct? Or 4 hours before?
you gave me an extra 8 hours since I stayed up, and I was
Since you
wondering
stayed
if that's
up, so
8
yeah.
hours.
That's the 8 hours I'm referring to, not an additional on top of that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. And from there, I need to put Garuk in the attic, because he's an attic dweller.
Yeah, you can do the little bottom square at the very bottom as temporary. Well, you already did.
Yeah, I made an attic. Cade, that's who needs one. He'll pick a room later. For now, we're going to go back to town, and we're going to pick up with what Tudabug was planning on doing with the rest of her day.
Alrighty.
Now, as a brief reminder for everyone involved, from the dragon that dropped, or the Lenorm that dropped, you had you were able to make you have the capacity to make 2 long swords, 2 short swords, and 4 daggers out of the claws, or other things, other bladed type weapons can be discussed. And you have enough large bones to be able to craft 3 weapons of your choice. Like a collective choice you'll have to discuss. And then the skull can either be mounted as a trophy, or it can be converted into a shield. And Helmac, actually, yeah, you could probably take one of the longsword claws and convert it into a great axe with the proper crafting checks and either gold materials or a crafter that has the stuff. So let's think about that. Just collectively.
If it's possible, could we say that I just have like a few small bones, like knuckle bones or something? Nothing so much.
Yeah, you can all have a trophy.
Yes. Also, if I ever learn the augury spell,
You didn't
that
go
would probably be
over
a
the.
good focus.
You were saying, Rathwell? Sorry.
Oh no, let him continue.
Think that was the end of his statement. Was it, or did you have more, Syrian?
No, I'm done.
Yeah. So Rathwell.
Just wanted a little something.
Yeah, absolutely no problem.
I was saying you didn't go over the scales for the armor.
Correct. Thank you for reminding me. You have scales enough to make either one full set of plate mail, or more sets of lesser mail armor, such as like 2 sets of half plate. You also have the capacity to make one additional set of half plate or lesser armor, and enough leather to make 2 sets of leather armors out of the hide. Or you could use it to make other materials, such as well, I don't know if you'd have the capacity to make a bag of colding, but with the right, I don't know what spell that would be. Does anyone have Leomund's tiny hut?
Hold on, I think I might.
He did give us that, I think,
I got
in
it.
exchange.
Wait, so if we make one suit of plate mail armor, that's it?
No. So bracket 1 is one full suit of plate mail or more sets of lesser armor. Bracket 2, which is in addition to bracket A, is a set of half plate or lesser armor. And then bracket 3, which is an addition to the other 2, is 2 sets of leather. And then skull shield.
If no one is opposed, I do plan to make at least one of those leather armor for myself.
Wait.
Sal has no need for armor. He's down for whatever.
I mean, we're gonna have to probably discuss this because Scion would like plate, but I mean, if he has to wait, he won't.
Yeah, I mean, I won't cry if I don't get a great axe. So you guys take what you want, and if there's enough left over, I'll get a great axe. But I ultimately am fine.
Hey, DM?
Yes, sir.
Was this house completely cleared out when we moved in, or was there like the previous owner's like garbage left like in the attic, like a bunch
That's
of?
what I was about to ask.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Anyone who wants to take a look around the house for any knickknacks or nannies and bits and bobs.
Everybody search.
Alrighty.
18.
Crap.
Oh shit, hold on, wrong. Did I have advantage on it? I think it. Whoopsies. Well, I'll let you pick if the 15 or the 7 stance.
In that particular case, it's always the first. But anyone who rolled a 10 between a 10 and 20 is going to find a silver piece. And anyone who rolled above a 20 or above will find a gold piece.
Hey, that's good.
And that's it. No nat 20s, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
21.
Alas.
Lower to 10, we found some dust balls.
Yeah. All right.
Yay me.
I found a book of old cherished childhood photos.
And
They'll be great to warm my library's fire.
Correct. Your library is pretty barren at the moment, good sir. It's mostly empty shelves.
All collections got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I know a guy.
You know a couple of guys. Also, I don't know if it was properly mentioned before, but just as a reminder, after the fight with the Lenorm, the second of Saloon's tears fell from the sky. The other 5 seemed to move in orbit around the moon.
Yep, that was mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to remind you guys.
Probably should get on that.
Whereabouts did it looked like it was going.
The other 5 tiers circled the moon.
Right, so second one fell
Yep.
where?
By North, right? Oh, no, the first one.
The first one fell by Northwich. The other one fell to the north as well.
So are
All
we
right,
all still... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna kind of ask, like, if I could say that at some point during this whole bit they were talking about the star or the tier falling.
Mm-hmm.
The Avon would point it out at some point. That's what I originally followed out here to be in this area.
Okay.
Showing that, yeah, some general interest in going to figure out what's up with that.
Are we all still in the house?
Yes. I just moved us to town for now because
no,
we're moving
because
on.
Scion was never in the house.
Ah. Okay. Then you were at breakfast. Everyone else left for the house, and we'll get to what you were doing here. Oh, actually, that's a good point. What were you doing while everyone else was organizing their house?
Scion was at breakfast, but not at the inn.
Okay. Did you pick up Selena for breakfast, perhaps?
Yeah, Scion picked up Selena for breakfast.
Okay. When you come across her, she is training at the Citadel. Once again.
No, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Scion got Selena.
Oh, that's what he's... Gotcha. Got Selena the menu item to eat.
Yes.
Not Selena to go eat with. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and need you... I'm gonna need you to roll a Constitution save. And how involved is this? Sexual eating or vampire eating?
Or both.
Hey, it could be that time of month.
I mean, right now, I mean, they're technically in a relationship, so isn't it the same thing?
No, it's not, because one you're drinking
That doesn't
blood
sound like a
and
very balanced
one
breakfast.
you're cunnilingus. Those are two very different things.
Roll to see if she has a blood kink.
Roll to see if she has an STD.
Okay, well then, actually, that is a true. Wait, vampires can't catch the. Wait, I'm half. So do I have that?
Immunity to diseases?
You're also a paladin. So
yeah.
you're
Paladins
double.
Paladins are immune to poison, not disease.
No, they're not. They are not immune to poison. They're immune to diseases.
I'm in the middle of my bath. I'm not feeling so great. Can I just ask this for clarification, DM? You asked what kind of feeding it was. If she's on the rag, would it be both?
It could be, but unfortunately, elves don't get periods except for once every 10 years.
I mean, is it that once every 10 years?
Roll a D1000.
Nope. It is not.
Asking the real questions here, Crumb.
Okay, well then, I mean, fuck it, I might as well. It's sexual there.
Okay, so you're not going to drink any blood?
Oh no, he's definitely drinking blood.
Okay, then the answer is both. So roll me a Constitution save.
That's why I said it was both.
I missed it. We were bickering. Because people started making period jokes afterwards.
I am so lucky that all of my freaking stats are now like
low roll.
Oh, well,
that is an impressively low roll. Fortunately for you, that is not going to cause any problems this time around. You do feel that dark hunger that you fight off a lot start to rise up within you, but you're able to both literally and metaphorically choke it back down.
Oh. Oh, Fuzzy, you're using it. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Oh,
Um,
this is about to get interesting.
Yep. So, but yeah, you come across Selena still training in the yard in the Citadel. Uh, she greets you fondly and sweetly. You go have a delightful breakfast, and then you have second breakfast, and then third breakfast. And then she puts on a scarf and goes back to the Citadel. Do you want to Do you want to join me, sweetie?
Oh, sorry. I think I shall. He did resummon his horse. I don't know if you saw that earlier when I typed it out.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay.
Before the first day ended, he resummoned his horse and put 1 times cure wounds in his ring, which fills it up fully.
Okay. Just keep track of that.
Yep. And yes, he will join her.
Okay. So you two are going to spend at least 4 hours at the training facility working on your shit. Just
Yep.
getting her better, more agile, lighter on her feet. Yep.
Does she do core body workout?
She does Orange Theory, man. It's intense. I don't actually know what that is. But anyway. Yeah, she does CrossFit. No, that's not how you get. That's not how you get light on your feet. That's how you get bulky. Anyway, I'm sorry. I keep digressing tonight, folks. I apologize. This is not my best night. So Scion is going to go hang out with Selena for at least 4 hours. You guys, should, when we take a break, should probably discuss how the suits are going to be distributed. And if they're going to be crafted at all, or if they're going to be used for some other purpose. And does anyone have the spell Leoman's Tiny Hut?
I do.
Okay, then you could use some of the leftover leather from the Lenorm and that spell to create a bag of colding.
I would. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Bag of
Colding, like holding, but with a C
Okay,
instead of an H, because it keeps things at roughly
Okay,
34 degrees.
Okay. Then
But otherwise, it is a bag of holding.
I would be willing to do that.
Okay.
Just to clarify, Fahrenheit, not Celsius, right?
Correct.
Not Kelvin.
And definitely not Kelvin. Sweet Christ, 32 degrees Kelvin is, or 34 degrees Kelvin is very fucking cold.
Okay.
Also, to answer that question, Fahrenheit is how people feel, Celsius is how water feels, and Kelvin is how molecules feel.
Yeah, that's an important difference. I thought I'd ask before something broken happened, Mr. DM.
Yep.
Yeah,
in this world, there's only one unit of measurement for temperature, and it's degrees.
And that is based off of the real life what?
Fahrenheit scale.
Okay.
Yes, because D&D is American.
Oh, hey, for everybody, I was taught like easy way to tell Celsius, and it's just.
You punch the numbers into Google and ask it to translate?
Well, that too.
Now hold on. Remember, when growing up, we were all taught we wouldn't have a calculator with us at all times.
Oh my
So
god.
we'll have to learn how to do math.
Don't forget, it's very important you learn how to write in cursive because it's the only way adults write.
That still hurts.
Yeah,
me.
right.
And remember, if you don't wear a suit to college every single day, your professor's not going to let you in the classroom.
Who told you that?
Liars.
Yeah, that one is new.
Yeah, that one's new to me as well. Anyway.
Those are the same people who wear suits on airplanes into baseball games.
Oh.
That was more my parents saying you got to dress up appropriately. Polo, collared shirt, all that good stuff.
Anyway, yeah, we're fixing it.
Yeah, so that's going to take Scion for at least 4 hours, possibly longer. And let's go back to Tudabug. You.
All right.
Sorry, what was that, Crumb? I didn't even know you were here, buddy. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I would have gone to you.
I'll play down.
Okay. Yeah, feel better, buddy. I'm sorry.
Also, the scale in which you're thinking of DM, I was trying to say it earlier, was I'm pretty sure it's the Jerry the Dragonborn scale of degrees.
How many Jerrys is this worth? 34 Jerrys. All right. So, I'm going to skip the armor crafting, but I know Tudabug and Lipton are two resident crafters. We're interested in crafting some weapons. So let's try this again. We've got 4 daggers, the equivalency of 2 short swords or comparable bladed weapon, and then 2 long swords or comparable bladed weapons. So a great axe is on the table for one of those comparable bladed weapons to a long sword. If no one has any issues, then we'll put that one in the list.
All right.
Does anyone have a problem with Helmac getting the first step towards his necromancer?
I don't mind.
Nope, I do not mind.
Okay. Knock.
I wish to make some of that leather scale armor.
Okay.
One for myself. That was all I was hoping to do.
Okay. Does anyone have any issues with that?
Nope.
Okay, while you're at it with some of the leftover parts, if you make a decent crafting check, I discussed with Crumb that he wants to upgrade his lacquered armor with the remaining scaly bits, and it will not cost one of those suits worth, because it is getting a minor upgrade. It's an upgrade for him, but when it comes to materials invested, it will not be that big. It won't cost you guys anything from that list I already mentioned.
Alright.
So, Mr. DM, do you need 2 crafting checks? One for the armor and then one for Crumb's armor, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and make the checks. And that will dictate how long it takes and how well things go. Okay, that's for yours. That's for Crumbs. They're both within the same bracket. 20 plus materials. To upgrade the material, the DC is 15. Rare materials upgrades it to a 17. You pass both with flying colors. So it'll take 1 work day for both materials. So since you only need 4 hours of sleep, you could actually, if you sacrifice your normal ice check time, you would be able to fix both sets in a single day.
The decisions are so hard.
Come back to me on that, Mr. DM. I will have to think about this if you're okay with that.
No problem.
Do you need the answer now?
No. I can come back to you. But while we're there, let's just take a look at the Sunny Lion.
Oh.
I found this picture some time ago on Google Image Search, and I no longer have its source. But yeah, nice. There's another forge like this behind the camera, if you will. And behind the camera to the right is a leatherworking station, which you see Nock throw a very, very large hide over a tanning rack and start scraping with a small bone. Like, God damn it, this is going to take for fucking ever. There's so much leather. This thing has no fat on it, so I got to be really careful with this scraper.
Fuzzy, while I didn't know I was doing that, could I also put the bear pelt that I had on the tanning rack as well?
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty.
Make me a crafting check real quick. Give this one with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you get that bitch done in like 20 minutes. You're like, holy! You take one of the rib bones from the Lenorm, and you go, whack, 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 done.
I'll be right back for just a second.
Yep, no problem.
It's gonna make a nice bear cloak.
Mhm.
Oh no, I know exactly what I'll do with that cloak. Uh, that bear pelt, I'm gonna turn it into a sleeping roll.
Mmm.
Not a bad idea.
That's not a
Yeah.
bad idea. That's impressive. All right, write that
Yeah.
down. Bear sleeping roll.
Especially for the poor guy who only needs 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
It's
I'm gonna be
gonna
sleeping
be
in an
so
ice
comfy.
box now. That insulation, man.
Yeah, the air is gonna be cold. You're gonna be warm. Oh, I love it. You now just need a fan for a little razzle dazzle.
Nice.
Okay, so we have a great axe to be crafted. I know, Nock, you needed a second blade apparatus, and with that, I just want to discuss, while you are wielding that, you cannot wield that and another weapon in the same hand. So, I have it in, like, I figured, you could wield, like, a longbow and at the same time, because you would need both hands to fire the bow, but it doesn't require both hands to wield, if that makes sense. Like, you can take your hand off of it and still have it equipped, but you can't, like, have a sword in your hand and then your little hidden blade at the same time.
I figured I either need to have both my hands empty to use the hidden blades, or like, something like that.
They
I think I get what you're saying.
equip to each slot, like your right arm, your left arm, and the bracer slot, so you just can't use a weapon in that hand and the hidden blade at the same time. You'd have to drop the weapon before you can make a hidden blade attack.
Ah, okay. I see what you're getting at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that reminds me of how I imagine, like, my fighting works with my great axe. It's like I swing my great axe, and then I let go of it with one hand and punch, and that
Exactly.
Okay, I'm back.
Or I kind of almost like the idea that you don't punch things, your tentacles whack someone in the face. Your tentacles punch someone, they just ball up into a fist. Bah!
Oh, that's a mutation. That is actually a mutation.
That's kind of beautiful. So we have a great axe. We have a hidden blade. Now the hidden blade can be crafted from the same materials as the other one. Those are still accessible. Or you could use one of the daggers from the Lenorm to craft the other one.
I actually had a very unique idea. If Mary is not busy both in the game and in real life, to role play.
What is it?
Nock's going to approach and tap Bryn on the shoulder.
Okay.
Handing you a piece of paper. Is going to say, could you make a hidden blade out of that meteor that fell a while back?
Possibly.
Do you think we could go pay a visit to the meteor and collect some minerals and maybe make a hidden blade out of that? He's going to hand you on another piece of paper.
Sure.
Okay. He's going to.
By the way, his
nod in
handwriting is
his-
very surprisingly elegant. Very light touch, just the tip of the quill.
He's going to.
The way Hermione Granger writes. Sorry, I'm done now.
No, I appreciate that. That's really good. Was gonna hand you a final note saying to just grab him whenever you want to go, collect some meteor material, and he'll bring his draft horse and cart.
Okay.
All right. I'm just trying to kind of go on the list and dictate, and since we're going to be doing some crafting here, I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing with the Lenorm bits. So I will put that on the list of things to do. I like that. This is a little bit for me as well, so I can keep my shit straight. So we have one great axe. We've got another longsword or large bladed weapon, 2 medium bladed weapons, and 4 dagger equivalents. Is there anything anyone else is interested in?
I was gonna tell you, for sake of sanity, yeah, I'll spend the workday for that armor.
Okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Have we decided to do anything with the skull?
The skull can either be mounted or converted into a shield. Thoughts on that, good sir, or are you busy now? I'll give him a minute. And again, 3 bones that are large enough or flexible enough to be converted into a weapon.
I want to do a shield for a charge blade.
Okay. Are there any issues with that?
No issue that I can see.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Avin's not going to complain because he got a Sentinel Tower shield off of his loot drop, and his shit's going to be better for him than a Dragon Skull shield. Okay. You didn't miss much, Helmac. We're just allocating resources.
No.
So that's the skull taken care of. That's the leather. That's one set of leather taken care of. Crumb's upgrade taken care of. And then, so we've got Great Axe on the docket. Searching for meteor hunting, which will probably be more of a group effort, which we'll do here shortly. And then the Dragon Skull Shield. So we've got a large, 2 medium, and 4 small bladed weapons, if anyone's interested. If not, we can leave them in the pot for later.
I'm okay with holding off.
Yeah, I don't really need anything either.
Yeah, I really have no need for any weapons or armor at the moment, so I'll leave this in everyone else's capable hands.
Just make a cup piece for every person.
Fuzzy, quick question: Is my great sword lance non-upgradable at all?
Not with these bits. You can get it upgraded, like from the what the fuck, the Armorer's Compendium. You can get weapon upgrades like that. You could apply a runic slot to it and have a rune inserted to it. But it's just too complicated to use these particular materials for.
Okay, that.
Okay, that answers my question I was about to ask, because I was thinking, does this new great axe, is this just an upgrade of my last great axe, or is this just brand great axe?
This will be new. Well, actually, I guess we could probably upgrade it, actually, and just replace the blade with a different material.
Just let me know. You can think of it after the session.
Well, we're going to be doing that in the not too terribly distant future.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unless we're going to be fighting stuff today, I don't need it immediately.
Spoiler alert, no. You're not going to be fighting anything today. Unless you go into the woods, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. Even if you go into the woods, you'll be okay. Alright, okay, well, in that case, Bryn, would you like to make me 2 crafting checks, please? One with advantage for the Dragon Skull Shield, and then a standard one for the Great Axe? Actually, you know what? Since it's an upgrade, I'll give you advantage on that one as well.
Alrighty. That's the I use the smithing tools, right?
Yes, ma'am. Both with advantage. Okay. Let's see. That 14 is a little rough, but it's not going to be too terribly bad. So the Dragon Skull Shield is going to be the same as your shield is now, Lipton, except it will also grant cold resistance. And then the 24 for the Great Axe. It will be the same weapon you have presently, Helmac, except it will also do a D4. Hold on. Let's see. D6 of cold damage as well.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's an 18 for Mary on the roll, and she crits on an 18, so I almost like it as a champion. It's for an attack roll, but still, that's almost as good as she can fucking do. So I'll give you that D6 instead of a D4.
All right.
And also, Lipton, when you're in fusion mode, it will do a D4 of cold damage as well. Lipton.
Nice.
Okay. So that's basically everything we've got crafting-wise for right now. Those are good rolls. That will take you, since these are upgrades and not working stuff from the beginning. But there are foreign materials. I say it takes you 6 hours to complete.
Are we not working on the scales?
We haven't discussed what we're doing with the bigger armors. We only have a set and an upgrade of the leathers taken care of. Everything else is kind of still on the table.
Right.
That's going to take 2 to bug, about 6 hours. In that time, Nock, you're also working near her, scraping, working with leather, getting the scales going. Wrathful is banging and fighting, piercing Selena.
In everyday normal Nock fashion, he is singing some some undercommon drow song about slaughtering the elves or something, in typical fashion.
As is tradition.
As
is
tradition. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and make 20 check. 6, that's disappointing. Alright, that'll take a little longer than a day then. Tutebug, Scion, Knock. Sal, what would you like to be doing during the first 4 to 8 hours of your day? After breakfast, of course. If you're talking, Sal, I can't hear you. You might be muted.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Residual cough. The first time I attempted to go to the library to do some research on the visions I had, it failed.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I can do to, I don't know, try again? Seeing as I no longer have to eat, sleep, or breathe or anything like that, like I don't have to dedicate any of my time to like any of those basic necessities, so I can kind of buckle down and do it a little bit more thoroughly.
Yeah, go for it. Roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay, so I'll go back there and I'll try that again.
And Fuzzy, if I may jump in here real quick.
Yeah, sure.
If he's within earshot as he is discussing that he's going to go back and try again to research some stuff, I will hop in there and give him a hand looking at things as I'm looking for, the dark stuff.
Okay. Do you mind if Avon tags along, Sal?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. So just mechanically assistance, if that's okay with you.
Fuck, you rolled a 27. You know what? Roll me another d4. Let's see if you hit a 30. You need a 3 or a 4. Avon, roll this for me.
Oh, no.
Still want me to roll it?
Yeah, Avon, yes, I want you to roll it. So, with the combined help and discussion and a little bit of searching, you roll a 30 on that investigation check. You find a long forgotten tome. Sorry, brain not function now. You find a long forgotten tome that's actually been used to hold up the back of one of the bookshelves, which Avin only notices because he's taller than the bookshelf. He's like, oh, hey, look at this thing. Which you pull it out, and what were you looking for more specifically? With all that, you can ask what you're looking for, and I will give you some answers and maybe some extras.
Okay, let me go back to the prophecy here.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I suppose we've gotten an idea of mountains burning, heavens weeping. I would like to know, like, rivers running dry. Where would we want to start looking to try and get ahead of the prophecies that we've been seeing so far? Like, we've been one step behind. Like, we've been witnessing it happening. I would like to know, like, what's the next one? The river's running dry. Where might that be? And that might be where we want to head next.
What languages do you speak? Just out of curiosity.
I speak.
Whatever. Yeah.
Common, Elvish, Aquan, Dwarvish, Undercommon, Draconian, Abysmal.
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 All right.
I got an extra language at some point or another, and I'm like, I keep hearing this chicken saying funny things.
Yeah. So you in Abyssal, you find this ancient tome that's written in Abyssal. Most of it is worn and broken down, and you can't read much of it. But you do find a picture. It is a map of the world as you know it, except instead of the seven sisters being seven small islands, you see it almost as a single large continent. You see none of the waters in the rivers that you're currently familiar with mentioned. Instead, they are replaced with thick red lines. This could potentially mean fire. It could be blood. It could be something else entirely. You see that the coastline is removed, is significantly widened, as if like just global water levels dropped and receded. And you also see with that 30 that Frostfire Mountain, the largest inactive volcano that you guys are aware of, seems to be erupting in this picture and casting smoke and ash into the air. And you see that the seven sisters in this particular map are named Chult. Chult. And with that, you're also going to get another piece of information that's completely unrelated, but Helmac has been searching for. You find a description of a demon called Tirnalog, but that is one of its aliases. Its true name is Francis.
I feel like Eugene's a better fit, but you know.
Nope, it's Francis.
Francis Eugene.
Is this secretly Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
It is not. It is actually Mr. Right.
Beat him for taking our bike.
No, I stole that from Mr. Right, which is an absolutely terrible movie that I find hilarious, starring Anna Kendrick and some other guy whose name I can't recall, who was the bad guy in Iron Man 2 or 3.
Eugene.
That is just hilarious, and his name is Francis, and he hates his name, so...
Oh, from Deadpool 2? I love that guy. Or Deadpool, I mean.
It wasn't Deadpool.
No,
but
Deadpool, the evil guy's name was Francis.
I didn't even think about that either, but yeah, there's three references all in one. But no, the demon Tyrnolog's actual name is Francis. So you've discovered that information tonight.
My favorite thing in Deadpool, where he's chasing this one guy on a Zamboni on an ice hockey rink. He's like, "You're gonna tell me what Francis is, or I'm gonna get you in like 15 minutes." Also, see Discord DM one of the other campers.
Yeah, I just responded.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, DM, Rabbit's here, in case you didn't notice.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hello, Barbed.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, Barbed.
Good evening.
Crumb is sick, so he won't be here.
Thank you for the Christmas ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
So he is actually, your Secret Santa's not among this group.
I'm just happy Julian got his gift. I was really worried it was going to be stolen by Porch Prioress or something.
No, my roommate grabbed it.
All right, so check. Abin, why don't you roll me an investigation check as well while you're there? Let's see, what were you looking for? Just general information as well, or we're looking for something more specific? You can DM me if you want to keep it a secret.
Sorry, I was answering questions from the better half. Dark forces in general. Does that give you enough to go on?
No.
Oh crap. I guess if I were to be looking for anything in the library as I was assisting.
So where are we right now?
I doesn't know anything particularly about the tiers themselves, so he'll probably be wanting to look into that.
Okay, make me an investigation check, and get it with advantage because Sal's found some information kind of regarding the same things. Alright, you don't find anything particularly worthwhile, just kind of some general information that Saloon's Tears are 7 magical stones that have orbited the moon since the beginning of time. They're thought to be Saloon's actual tears. Saloon being the goddess of light and the moon, the opposite of Shar. Her twin sister, basically. There has never been a recorded instance of anything but there being 7 of them, and never them changing positions. So this is all new. But in the prophecy mentioned, there is mention that the heavens weep at basically the end of time.
Oh, so we're in the end times, is what this suggests. Great.
Perhaps.
The end times are near. Please donate to me. The end times are near.
Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet. That's enough.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Hey, I'm
Fuzzy.
How much for?
Sorry.
Alright, smart-ass comments. Ghost Rock first, then Helmac.
I'm done with the bring out your dead thing.
Oh, okay. Helmac.
Well, I actually just had a question. I said, so there were originally 7 tiers, right?
Correct.
And how many of those islands were up north?
7.
Those are the 7 sisters?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel
and
like
they
there's a
happen to be
connection
located in the Island of Fallen Stars. The Sea of Fallen Stars. For some reason,
like...
when asteroids tend to fall, asteroids, meteorites, whatever, they tend to fall in the Northern Sea. No one really knows why. Scholars have speculated that it's either divine intervention, the power of magic, maybe spells being perfected, but no one knows the real answer. But it has been known as the Sea of Falling Stars since a long time ago.
May I request kind of a meta statement?
Go ahead.
You know, those islands that had the red glowing light around them, where the Kobolds may or may not have taken the first star.
Perhaps. I mean, you have also, once you're done preparing, have been tasked to investigate said islands. Or at least the first one. Which is like the launching point of typical invasions. And we're done with the meta commentary. Let's see, I've taken care of, I think, just about everyone except for Garuk and Barbed, because he's here now for most of the hours of the day. This is going to take you... That's a hell of a roll, but this is a unique tome. It's going to take time to translate. So this will probably take you to the better part of a day, if you're okay with that.
Yep.
Abin, you can probably skedaddle after about 4 hours if you want to, but, you know...
Yeah.
Sal enjoys your company. You're a strapping young lad. Reminds him of some of the younger, braver turtles back home.
Oh, that's right. I'm with the turtle guy.
Mm-hmm.
Portals.
Throughout all of this, though, Sal, you know that you might want to send word or a letter or a missive or go visit your friend Dargathoth.
Bless you.
Because if anyone knows about Cossack magic, it's probably him. This is just being extrapolated from the conversation with Abin, by the way. Don't know if you're muted or not, but there you go. There's that for you, Sal.
Sorry, I'm trying not to cough into the microphone.
No,
so
you're
much.
fine. I get it.
Okay. Okay. How long would a trip like that take? I don't really want to be away from the party or anything like that.
Well, to be frank, I am going to send you a message on Discord so you know information that no one else does. Because that's kind of important. And with that, we're going to take a 5-minute break, everybody. It's a good time to use the bathroom, grab a drink, stretch your legs, and then badger me with questions that I probably have to make up the answer to real quick. That's the secret to DMing, is you have a baseline and then you make shit up from the baseline.
Fuzzy, what is the meaning of life?
42.
Tax fraud.
What
There
does
we
42 mean?
How many roads must a man walk down?
Why does he have to walk?
I take a scooter.
Because he ain't got wheels.
Because it looked funny if he skipped.
You know, Mr. DM, I think Ghost Rock fell asleep here. I'm going to move him to Sleepy Baby Crib. Also, Fuzzy, just a heads up, Helmac has not done anything so far.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. Thank you. What would you like to do, Helmac? You've got a day. Am I muted? No, I'm not. Okay. What would you like to do, Helmac? You got some time.
He may or may not have already stepped away.
That's fair.
I'm about to.
Yep, I was not moving. I was staying there in protest until somebody brought me back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I'll go smoke some weed.
Fuzzy, did you hear what I said?
No.
No. I said Helmac has actually not done anything.
Yeah, I was asking Helmac what he wanted to do. Because you got like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Must
yeah.
not have
Well,
come through.
I mean, Yeah. Well, because somebody threw me over to Sleepy Baby Crib, I wonder who. You see, I'm an actual nice person, and I don't do that stuff. I just threaten it.
I kind of find it funny. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Hold on, no. It's
have...
Helmac's time. You punished him. It's his turn.
Okay.
Helmac,
Well, I mean,
what do you want to
are we
do with
still
your
on
8
break?
hours? I mean, but if
I'll
you're
wait
not
for
going to take a break, then we can just do it now. If so, then
Alright.
we don't have to.
Oh, let's see. Okay, well, since everybody went off and did their own thing, once we like settle down for the day and everybody's done, Helmac wants to hold like a group meeting and talk with everybody about like what we're going to do. But that's going to be later. But before that, Helmac wants to go and find a restaurant.
Okay.
Okay. Helmac wants to go and buy a restaurant.
No, you do not have the money for that.
Can he build one?
Really? 160 gold?
Yeah, that is 160 gold ain't shit.
He'll go invest.
In order to buy a restaurant outright, it's going to cost probably about, with the equipment installed, 450, 500 gold.
I mean, Mr. DM, did it?
What? Technical difficulties there. Try again.
Yeah. No.
I'll give him a minute. So yeah, it costs about 450 gold to buy a restaurant, but roll me a d20, give me advantage because you're here. Actually, you know what? Give me a persuasion check with advantage. I'm going to say you find a decent high-end restaurant in the Black Orchard district near the Citadel, that around the corner from the fancy clothing shop that Scion took his lady to. There's also an upscale restaurant. Who the chef there is Gary.
Gary?
That sounds like a threat.
Okay, so advantage persuasion.
Although you can't buy the restaurant, he'd be more than happy to allow you to be an investor in the restaurant, get your name on the board, and make a share of the income and expansions thereafter. Probably, let's Shark Tank this, say 30% of the company stock, because you're paying for about a third of the business.
Alright. So how much would that be in total?
How much gold do you have?
I have 158 with a few chump change.
It costs you $1.25.
$1.25. All right.
Let me. That's my text button. I always forget that it's in the draw shape icon.
You have a deal, Gary.
Yep.
What did Gary do to you?
Well, I mean, come on. He says "smell you later" every time.
Gary's.
True. Fuck that guy.
So you said it was located on the left by the Citadel?
Flavortown. Yep. Ah, fuck. There we go. That building right there is Gary's Flavortown.
Oh man, Fuzzy. These names, I am loving you more and more every time.
Listen, I'm terrible with actual names, so the only way I can come up with them is like Baylor Swift and Terry Brews.
Can the restaurant be named Diners, Dungeons, and Dives?
If he expands, it might be. But right now, it's Flavortown. But, there's a chance for expansion later. So yeah, periodically you will be able to get gold back from him, depending on how the business does, which right now it's going to be booming. Because,
okay.
The hero of Eldham is a part owner of this. That's going to raise interest.
Yeah, that's another thing. Can I like my name's on the board, but can I offer to use my likeness as advertising?
Oh, absolutely. The more you advertise, the more money you make, so. We're just going to have a series of corporate sponsors.
Hey,
Don't forget to
oh,
check
okay.
out Pots and Thoughts after you've upped your equipment at the Sunny Lion, where the prices ain't lying. And round your night out with a trip to Hellmac and Gary's Flavor Town, where the only thing in town worth where it's the only thing in town worth tasting.
Fuzzy, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If tomatoes came from the United States, then what was Italy like prior to tomato sauce?
Oh my god.
A
Well,
lot of your enemies.
they used a lot of have you ever had authentic fuck, now I'm
I
blanking.
broke you, didn't you?
Yeah, carbonara sauce. Like they use a lot of white
No.
wines. They use like a lot of white wines or red wines and reduce that into a sauce, or like you don't necessarily need tomato sauce. That kind of revolutionized things. But like for a good carbonara, you use guanciale, which is a pork cheek. It has a beautiful fat content and it's crispy. You beat 5 egg yolks together and then 1 whole egg. If I'm not mistaken, there's 5 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a long time since I've made carbonara. And then you cook your bacon, or your guanciale. Sorry, don't use bacon as a cheap substitute. At least get pancetta, if not guanciale. Otherwise, fat content's not right. But you get your pork bits crispy. You take it out. You turn off the heat. You cook your pasta, and then put the pasta in the guanciale grease. Turn off the heat. Pour in your slurry of a shitload of Parmesan cheese and the egg bits, and you use the residual heat of the noodle of the pasta and pork fat to cook the eggs without scrambling them into a nice, thick, beautiful sauce.
Okay. It was not the answer I was expecting, but I like it.
Listen, I'm a fat boy. I didn't get fat from eating cakes.
Amen to that, brother.
I mean, the first scar I ever got, I still have it on my thumb. It's from where I cut down to the bone at 4 years old trying to slice an apple.
Oh my god.
At least it was healthy.
Yeah, exactly. And then I discovered bacon, and
It just went downhill from
now
there.
I'm on a statin.
You ever gotten a grease burn from cooking bacon?
Oh, sweetheart, my body is
I just
covered
burned
in
my
grease
wrist
burns.
pulling a pizza out of the oven. Like today.
I mean, I just came up with that. I thought about that question because you see so many memes with like Italy and tomato sauce, and I thought, well, wait, tomatoes came from America, so what was Italy like before this?
Drunk.
Here, I gotta make a phone
I
call
mean,
real quick.
if
I'll be
you,
right
I
back.
think you can look this up
Okay.
on Wikipedia, but in Ireland, for instance, there was a bunch of inventions created, right? But then whiskey comes along, and then you have 100-year hiatus before the next invention comes along from Ireland.
That's not true. They invented the tavern. I'm sorry, they invented the highball. All right. It feels about 5-10 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes, so let's get back into it. Helmac, you did your what were you doing? Did we already do that? Did I already forgot. Oh yeah, you're investing in Gary's Flavor Town. Hold on, I'm gonna say Helmac presents. I'm gonna add another text line.
And there's just a little cardboard cutout of Hellmac at the front.
Helmac presents.
Or his carapace.
Oh yeah, when I shed, I just put my carapace right there.
Their most
Speaking of which,
esteemed dishes come served in your old carapace. Like a bowl.
what was
Sorry.
Titus? I mean, what was? Speaking of which, almost forgot about something. What was the title that Sion got?
Oh, fuck, yeah, the
spear.
Let's say the
killer
Dwarven
or
Smasher.
something. Yeah.
Oh
something.
yeah.
Dwarven Smasher. Or the Dwarven Hammer.
Was that the title?
Yeah, I'm just gonna officially call it the Dwarven Hammer.
Sounds sexual.
It's not. It's about drinking.
Close enough.
All right. And then, so, Cade. Two things. We'll get to the house here shortly. I'm going to have you pick a room. We'll do that a little bit later on. But first, you have Helmac establishing another business venture. A set and a half of leather armor crafted from the Lenorm's hide is being crafted by Nock, while once again Tootbug spends her time hammering over the forge. Aphrodite has a lovely suit of chainmail armor now, and a carving of the Lenorm in Lenorm bone emblazoned on his forehead as a signal and trophy. I'm sorry, her head. My apologies. So you have 8 hours of which to do things with. Selena and Scion are snacking. Avin and where's the library? This is the library.
Sorry, just one more second.
Yeah, no problem. And you look like Salvatore from this distance. Those two went to the library. That's Pots and Thoughts. Crafty, crafty, crafty. Crafty, crafty, crafty. Us. Oh, I need to delete you. So, Kate, what would you like to do with your 8 hours today?
I don't know. I don't really have that much gold to spend. I still have like the line of code. Kind of really
You should have. Wait, no. Basically, no one got paid because the town is fucking broke now. You got a house. I know you might be able to buy anything, but you do have.
So actually, I do have something.
Okay, go for it.
So, as my 6th level, I took my 2nd level in Warlock.
Okay.
Which gave me Eldritch invocations.
Okay.
So I want to do something with the chicken and the inside Francis.
You, unfortunately, do not know that his name is Francis yet.
Oh, shit.
It's Tiernalag to you.
Tiernalag.
So yeah, we can do that.
Go into the room, with the chicken, with this new the thing I gave him. Did I give him a necklace or anklet?
You gave him an anklet.
Yeah. Okay, so the chicken's new anklet bone. Norm, take the chicken, go into the room and I guess pray to him.
Okay, Tiernalag is going to respond. I appreciate it, kid, but prayers don't really do much for us demons. There's kind of a cosmic order to things. So you got your devils and your angels, alright? So, devils are kind of like stress tests on the system, because they give bad guys and bad people the chance to do bad things, and kind of push them in the wrong direction. Otherwise, sometimes terrible people just never have a chance to do bad things, and kind of weasel their way into a positive afterlife. So, devils make sure that bad people get a chance to be evil and show their true colors, and if they end up terrible, they're punished. So really, heaven and hell are kind of on the same side. But us demons, we think that's kind of bullshit, and we don't like the establishment. We're not really an organized movement, as you can tell, but we just think people should be whatever the fuck they're supposed to be, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. We're the anarchists of the cosmic force. So prayers don't really do much to affect us. It just kind of ends up being background noise.
I am sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's okay. There are a few of them that have gathered enough people to count as divine, but God, it's such a pain because then you have to play two sides of the same coin because you have to fit into a certain portfolio based on what the people believe in you are based off of. That's not really what demons are about unless they really kind of lose their shit and want out of the whole anarchy thing.
I can see that. See that.
Like, Big Daddy Demo. Don't say his name, because then he gets mad. But Big Daddy Demo's like that. He's trying to gather some followers because he thinks that, a little bit of organization would be nice after being the leader of the Abyss for so goddamn long.
Yeah, I'm trying to be leader of an abyss right now, and right now, rebuilding's the first part. That is why I came to you.
Oh, yeah? What do you need, kid?
I am so sorry. I have to go move my car.
Okay. We'll come back to you in a minute. Okay.
On a side note, Fuzzy.
Uh-huh.
How long is Helmac like writing, like signing papers, making the deal official?
It's going to take you about I'm going to say 3 hours because after you invest so much money, you're going to get a tasting menu. And there are a series of divine dishes that are inspired by local fresh-sourced ocean life and fresh vegetables that they grow in their own personal garden, some of which can't be found anywhere else. As Daigeri happens to be able, just has enough magic in him. He's descendant from a djinn of some sort, but his magic only affects things that can be eaten. So he can magic...
A culinary djinn.
Basically. So, yeah. So you're going to get, after about an hour of signing and talking while things are being prepared, you then have 2 hours of a lovely experience with soft music and delectable foods. So let's cut to you for the next 3 hours while Cade gets a revelation about the Order of the Cosmos.
Hanger.
Meanwhile, Helmac's just shoveling food in his mouth.
Ooh, crab stuffed mushroom caps. To die for.
That sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Cajun shrimp po' boy. Oh.
I love po' boys.
As do I. I'm a fat boy, like I said before. I'm also poor, so po' boy is just about right for me.
Oh, dude, I love all.
Alright, so you got a couple more hours of which to do with basically whatever you'd like. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Helmac?
Come back to me.
Okay. Sal, if you have a minute. After you guys, after exploring for a little bit while you guys are doing your research in a library, Sven is going to meet up with you in the library and discuss what, just try and discuss some, not necessarily business plans, but see what you guys need to have the boat prepared, what supplies you'll need, what you'll have access to, trying to get the groundwork done before your voyage. I'll give you a minute.
I'm sorry, I missed something.
You're good.
Whose scene is this again?
We're coming to you for a hot minute.
Okay, I'm sorry. I actually walked away from my computer briefly to talk to my wife, so I missed
You're
some
fine.
of that. I'm sorry. I thought I had a little bit more time.
Basically, the only thing that you missed is Sven is going to approach you towards the end of your
Okay.
library stay and just discuss what you might need to prep for your upcoming expedition.
Okay.
The folding boat can handle up to 20 people. You guys are going to need supplies for up to a week. The water's not drinkable because it's seawater or salt water, so...
Hold on. I have a quick thought I want to check out.
Do you have any cannons?
Perhaps we should invest in some scrolls of purified food and drink, or something along the lines like that.
He happens to be the equivalency of a second-level cleric.
Oh, well then. So that's one less thing to worry about, as long as we make sure that we keep him some modicum of safe. Have him create as much, or have him purify.
I can take need of water, but food you must prepare yourself. We can fish, yes, but sometimes difficult, sometimes not.
We can prepare. We can stock up on food, and then use fishing to try and supplement our stores. But yes, we should think of what we will need. Will the town supply us for our expedition? We are going on their behest. How much could we requisition from the town in terms of cannons, food, and supplies?
That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure of off the top of head. Son of a bitch. Smart man you is. Alright.
I mean, we are doing this for them. We figure we're supplying the boat.
Yep, Captain Bruner is willing to lend 4 cannons for the folding boat, which will be installed onto the boat. And don't ask a question about how it works, it just does. I don't want to deal with fantasy physics right now. Not about it.
Magic.
Basically, exactly, it's magic.
Is
But
magic.
how does that magic work? Does it decrease the space in between the molecules, like the Pym particle from Ant-Man? Does it get ported into an alternate dimension that's anchored to a single state in time? I know. This is what I think about at night. This is why I can't sleep. So,
Fuzzy, I have just a very simple request. At some point, could I have bought 3 more water skins, and how much would that cost?
fucking... I think they're, what, a silver a piece?
Let me pull that up. It doesn't list the price.
Probably less.
2 silver pieces, actually.
Okay, so yeah, it'll cost you 5 silver pieces. Buy 2, get 1 half off.
5 silver. Thank you, sir. I will add that to my...
No problem. Alright.
I'm a very thirsty boy, if you haven't figured out by now.
Duh.
And
yes?
Well, I was about to say, that helps with some of our defensive capabilities. But what about food for the journey? The town is recently, though the town is suffering hardship, it has come onto a recent windfall of extra meat. Any chance we can requisition some of that as well? Not for me, of course. I'm self-sufficient in this regard.
After some discussion, he takes up your points. He asks, brings it to Captain Bruner, in which case he returns with a couple crates of chickens. Let's see. A ration is 2 pounds of food. Let's see, a package of chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breast, about that. No, a chicken weighs, let's go with a Cornish hen. because that weighs about 2 pounds.
Fuzzy.
So chicken's weigh twice, so 5 pounds. How much does a chicken weigh on average?
Fuzzy, before you get into that,
Uh-huh.
just answer me this, because I work in a meat department and I sell this kind of chicken breast, like the boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Mhm.
This is like the bowl size. 2 of those are almost like half a pound by itself, like just 2 chicken breasts, depending on how big they are. Unless you're talking the really small ones, those can be anywhere from like 4 or 6 ounces. So it depends on the chicken. But if it's like the bulky kind of big chicken, that 2 of those could make like a pound and a half by itself. Chicken breast usually. Just saying.
Well, I was trying to extrapolate more data from the size of the chicken breast, but I just decided to Google how much a chicken weighs. A chicken weighs on average 5.7 pounds. So we're gonna say each chicken weighs 5 pounds. That's 2.5 rations per chicken. Fuck, you got. Let's see, 2.5 rations per chicken. There's how many of you fuckers? Like 10 of you? So that would be, you need 25 pounds chicken for a day. They'll give you 3 days worth of chickens. 75 pounds of chicken.
Mr. DM,
Yeah.
if you will also allow it, could I buy a fishing rod and fishing tackle? I'm looking up the price right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem.
And then also maybe a few flasks of oil as well.
Yep. Just deduct the standard PHB cost from the from your reserves.
Thank you, Mr. DM. And could you remind me what's it's 10 silver piece per gold piece, right?
Correct. 10-to-1 metric system.
Okay.
Ignore Electrum. It's stupid and I hate it. Alright, so now that Kate's back, we can get back into the conversation about cosmic order. What you said you needed an invocation, kid? What do you need?
Yeah, that would looking to delve deeper into the dark arts of the warlock.
Listen, you can call it the dark arts if you want, but honestly, it all depends on how you use it. Like, I asked you to get me the hell out of this chicken, so, I mean, it's not like you're giving me your soul or anything.
Still searching for a means to free, of course. This is new to us, so, and we are also chasing or someone is chasing us with these dragons. So.
Yeah. End of times prophecy. Never thought I'd live to see it, honestly.
Yeah. That sounds weird, man. Anyway, Pastor Henry. I'm taking Armor of Shadows and Devil Sight. Thirsting Blade is for later, whenever I get the pack of the blade at level 3.
Okay.
So I have Devil Sight. I can see magical and non-magical for 120 feet. Strip my armor so I can cast Mage of Shadow, or Mage Armor at will. Right now.
Yeah, no problem, kid. I'll let you see anything that's gonna attack you before it gets too close. And, fuck that magical darkness shit, I hate it. So, yeah. I'll get you that, and then, yeah, sure, your armor's looking pretty flimsy, so it's probably a good idea to replace that with some magical shit.
Yeah, that's what I like, man.
Yeah, I can do that for you, kid. No problem. I like you.
I appreciate you sitting and talking with me, man. I know, we've been kind of hectic lately, so...
Honestly, after you fed the chicken that other rock, it's been a bit more comfortable in here.
Alright, we got a couple more, but I just save it for anything.
Alright.
Well, I appreciate your blessings.
Yeah, you have a good one, kid.
Let's go. Thank you.
You got, and if you...
Oh, did I
And if you find any red peppers, I could really use something spicy.
Red peppers?
Yeah, maybe like a habanero, or maybe some kind of Mexican chili, or Pterodonian chili, since Mexico doesn't exist in this world.
What does a demon from the underworld that lives in a chicken need a spicy pepper for?
Do we canonize Mexico?
Flavor? Listen, normally I'd be rampaging around, feasting on the souls of the innocent, and then sending them on to their proper afterlife and just kind of basking in the glory of burning human flesh. But now that I'm here in this chicken, I gotta do something to entertain myself, right? Not only have I counted the walls, but I have named them also.
Well, that's that's quite impressive. Yeah, I'm glad you're staying busy there because I would go insane just as you.
Yep. I tell you what, I'm glad I learned chess before I got stuck in this fucking thing.
Well, I'd love to hear more from you. Bet you have 1,000 tales.
Mostly the same. Some dumb wizard summons me to the mortal plane, tries to bind me into service. He words the contract wrong, and then I eat him.
It's just unfortunate.
And this time we got stuck in a fucking chicken. Life has a funny way of doing things to you.
Damn, tornado warning in my area. That's bogus.
Well, you might want to get underground.
Yeah, I live in Florida.
Oh, well.
Center
have fun.
Part of the house. I'm gonna go hide in there. There's a tornado warning, y'all.
I'm gonna stay upstairs right next to the window with my computer.
There you go.
And play
I'm okay.
D&D.
I'm pretty much done with him. My family's coming over.
Yep, no problem. Alright.
I'll kind of type out what I want to do with this.
Yep, no problem. Alrighty, so we covered Helmac. You've got 3 more hours of things to do.
Okay. Helmac has decided that he wants to go to the seedier parts of town in search of any helpful, possibly illegal goods. Not drugs, just things that could help.
Helmac, if you allow, you could ask criminal contact here to assist with that.
Yeah, well, you're working in the forge right now, aren't you?
If Fuzzy says so, then yes.
You are, but you could also walk over the forge and say, Hey, Knock, you know where I can pick up XYZ?
No, I don't quite know, because look, I don't know the lore. I don't know what's illegal and what's not. So I'm just using general illegal because I don't actually know what's illegal.
Well, so are you looking for uppers or downers? Are you looking to party or are you looking to see God?
I mean, you're not gonna go to the shadiest member of the group and say, "Hey, could you help me with this illegal stuff, potentially illegal stuff?" You know what I mean? Come on, what's the worst case scenario? You and I get in trouble.
Addiction.
Or I actually help you.
Yes, addiction.
Just gotta role play it, okay?
Nah, Helmac will try and find it on his own.
Good luck with that.
Yep. What are you looking for? You know what? How about you just give me an investigation roll?
Okay.
Uh, 12. You find a shady-looking gentleman in the East District, kind of near the walls, hanging out in this corner back here. Nope, farther away from the guard.
Be right back.
Okay. It's like, what are you looking for, kid? What can I do for you?
Oh, that depends on what you have.
He pulls open a trench coat and he has a series of baggies of different colors and different containers. There is one with a gunpowder black powder. There is one that is full of what you would see as some form of marijuana, which you've seen from some of your other compatriots. You have some yellow and blue pills, and then you have a fire red powder, and then a bag of mushrooms.
And then a bag of mushrooms. What's the red stuff do?
you know what, kid? And
Forget about it.
he pulls out the tiny itty bitty baggie of the red stuff. He's like, first one's on me.
All right. Helmec takes it, and he opens it up and gives it a smell.
Okay. How big of a whiff do you give?
Just like a testing. Just like a sniff.
Okay.
Kid, you're gonna have to. Kid, you're gonna have to snort harder than that if you want to get a good bump. One of your tentacles pours the bag out onto the other tentacle until it's a small pile. It pulls out a razor blade, which you don't know where it got, and sweeps it into a one fat line. And then it points to your nose, and then points to the powder.
Oh, fine. Helmec snorts it.
Alrighty. For the next hour, you're going to be under the effects of the haste spell.
Oh man.
Okay, so with speed. Some kind of speed stuff.
Yep, it is dragon spice. It gives you the effects of haste for 1 hour, and then after an hour, we'll talk about it.
After an hour, we'll talk about it.
I can't believe we're watching an addiction happen live.
Yep.
Alright, well.
So you got an hour of hopped up and intense focus. What do you want to do?
That is so good.
Oh,
he pats you on the back, says, "Have fun, kid. I'll see you later."
And he just leaves.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Disappears into the shadows.
Helmex has a sudden urge to swim 20 miles at the docks. Swim around as much as he can.
Give me athletics check with, like, advantage, and then... what's double advantage?
Just roll
Super
twice
advantage.
with advantage, I guess?
Yeah, just once with advantage. Yeah, again? Roll again. Alright, yeah, you do fucking laps, man. You take full advantage of the swim speed. You are swimming with the dolphins. You are doing backflips and shit. You are having a good old time. And then towards the end of your swim, you start to feel sluggish. And then you climb out of the water and just sit down. And for a good minute, you're not capable of really doing anything other than kind of collecting yourself, and you're going to make me a Constitution save. With disadvantage.
Oh, great.
No, this doesn't deserve disadvantage. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because you're a freak.
Do it.
Just standard con save. 14. Alright, you are not addicted, but, you go for another bump.
Helmec just fucking shakes his head and like, God damn, that stuff. I should probably keep some just for an emergency.
Yep, just for an emergency. So you're gonna go back to dude?
Is he still there?
If you go back to him, yeah, he's there. So how'd you like the spice, kid?
Well, that was a ride. So, yeah, I think I'll have a little bag of that.
Alright. It's going to cost you 20 gold. And you will get a bag of, I want to say 5 uses.
Wait, 20 gold?
Yeah.
5 haste.
Cocaine's fucking expensive, man. You good with alchemy?
We'll find out.
It is also very illegal. But yeah, so 20 gold, and you'll get a baggie of 5 uses of Dragon Spice, which is 1 hour of haste, followed by 1 minute of inactivity, and an increasing
And
DC.
possible addiction.
Yeah, and increasing DC with each use for addiction.
All right, there we go. hey, at worst comes to worst, Helmac knows there's other people who really like this stuff, really like drugs and stuff, so he can just give it to them.
Mm-hmm. Lipton, I haven't been able to do much with you today, good sir. Is there anything that you wanted to handle if you're there? Oh, there he is.
Where are we at? Are we on the boat?
Not yet. This is basically day 3 of in town after the siege was over. People have been crafting some stuff, prepping for the next adventure before you basically get in your boat and sail up north. So is there anything you wanted to do? You got your Dragon Skull shield. Is there anything else you wanted to do or prep or whatever?
Um, is my uncle Earl Grey in the forge?
Yeah, your uncle Earl Grey is in the forge. Absolutely. It's
I
pretty
want to check.
hectic because Bryn and Nock are both working in the forge with your uncle. They're all doing their own things, but it's just bing, 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 scrape, 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 bing, 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 scrape, scrape, scrape,
I think
scrape.
it's on the back.
I mean, Nock's also singing drow lullabies about decapitating elves or something like that, you know?
The blood of the innocent is sweet in the morning. All right. So what did you want to do with Earl Grey, good sir?
Just to make sure that he's okay, seeing as how the city was under siege, make sure he's okay.
Honestly,
Make sure
kid,
the
I've
forge
never
is
been
okay.
better. I've had to put some fire back in me to fight one of those dragon fuckers. Or one of those dragon fuckers. And plus, business is booming since my equipment saved the town. So I'm pretty happy with that. Could always use a hand around here, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him in the forge. Make sure he doesn't overwork himself.
Okay, go ahead and give me a crafting check with advantage. And after this, after he figures out his crafting checks, Wrathbolt, this is when your letter, your response from your father, is going to arrive.
Where do I do?
Should be a toolkit or in your skills.
Won't let me roll twice, so I'll just do this.
Oh, damn! Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. 25 and 26. 26 with advantage. So yeah, with your assistance, with your uncle, you make his day significantly easier. You help him breeze through some of his contracts. The new weapons and armor that is being built for the new recruits in the Citadel is going smoothly, swimmingly. All of the swords are going to have the sharpened and balanced function. Because there's just the extra hands make his life so much easier, and they're very good hands. You know what you're doing. Ding, 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 scrape, 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 ding, 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 ding.
I tore the head off an elf one day.
I mean,
Wash her head, turn gray.
Espacito.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ding, 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 ding. Scrape, scrape.
It's Stomp D&D edition. All right, so Scion,
Enter Warhammer.
about this time you've been practicing with Selena. Helmac's done some drugs. Um, um, Helmac then bought more drugs. Lipton's working in the forge with half the team. Cade's getting a rundown from a demon about how the universe works. And you have been hanging out with Selena when you get a reply from your father. It is written in elegant script and sealed with his personal seal. Meaning that this is not just a friendly letter, but this is an official missive. Which usually official missives are only reserved for people of import.
Sorry.
You've earned Daddy's respect.
Only the first sentence says, "Give this letter to Helmac."
Scion rips open the. What is it? Scion, opening up the letter, begins to read it. And then
What is it,
I
darling?
guess his face goes a bit grim.
Scion, what's going on?
I was seeing if I can get help from my father to try and protect this town. But it seems things as such, and he points to this town, have been cropping up all over the, I guess you could say, the continent. Would it be the continent?
Yes, sir. Both halves.
Both halves of the continent. People vying for power, wars, civil wars. He's so spread thin that he cannot help this place. And if he's spread thin, I mean, a man like my father, pretty much nothing he can ever not handle. And if he's spread thin, that's a testament to how severe the situation is. With that, Scion pretty much gets up and starts heading off towards the party.
Okay. This would be about the time where everyone is done with their respective searches, investigations, planning, prepping, smithing, etc. So if it is all right with you, I'm going to expedite us back home, if you will.
Yep.
All right. Oh, and actually, before I go along here too well, I want to show you Pots and Thoughts since we stopped at Sunny Lion. Hey, that's Spots and Thoughts. The strippers are upstairs, basically. That's the velvet room. Or the champagne room, depending on how classy you are. Alright, so we all meet back at the house.
Can we call it the campaign room?
10 hero points. It's perfect. It's perfect! Right, so we're back home. I'm going to gather everyone in the first floor entry, where I believe multiple people had things that they wanted to discuss with the entirety of the party.
If you don't mind if I go. Well, if nobody minds if I go first.
That's fine.
I just want to get the letter out the way, because Cyan's actually going to show everyone.
Oh, okay. Do you want to read it? Do you want me to read it? Do you want to post it in chat?
Go ahead. Well, Cyan pretty much, I guess everyone would be there first before Cyan, because he was the furthest away. So Cyan would pretty much just like burst, not running or anything, but he'd just like burst through the doors and just announce that he has a. I don't know. Would the party understand how important his father is?
That's none of my business.
Rich?
We
Well,
haven't
I'm
really
mainly asking
discussed
for
him, so I don't know if they'd know much about him.
That is true.
You've talked him up, but you never gave details.
Well, Cyan, I guess we'll have a revealing moment at this time then. You can read the letter, though, if you want, Fuzzy.
Oh, I thought you were going to reveal something.
Yes. That's my bad.
You're fine.
Would everybody be in the main hall at this moment?
Yes, everyone's here.
Okay, so Cyan walking through the
dragons.
doors with the letter in hand and pretty much announcing, I've received a letter from my father. Some of you may have an inkling on who he is. Some of you actually know, looking at Helmac. And some of you do not. Well, I'll just say, what is he again? He's a knight of, you said,
Leverbost. He is the first. He is the first dragon knight of Leverbost.
Okay. He is the first dragon knight of Leverbost, pretty much putting him, well, I would just say our family has a lot of fingers and a lot of pies.
Everyone that's not Helmac or Scion can make me a history check. Anyone with a noble background can give it to me with advantage. Salvatore, you can give it to me with advantage as well, just because you're a learned man. So basically, everyone's going to give it. Everyone that isn't familiar, except for Noct, is going to basically roll this with advantage.
Ooh.
Holy shit, Sal.
Sal knows intimately.
Biblically. Your dad boinged a turtle. No, just kidding.
I've partied in my day. Let's just say, you know where your father keeps his dungeons, but I know where he keeps his dungeons.
Oh my god.
Gross, gross, gross.
Alright, Nox still waiting for a history check from you, and I need one from Tutubug as well. Tutubug with advantage.
Do you need
All right.
Set of manacles.
Gotcha. Making
You do, because this history check represents Oh, when you hear this, what does your brain trigger? In this case, not a damn thing. Bryn, you have an advantage. Roll again.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
There you
Nice.
go.
20.
All right. So everyone that rolled above a 10, but below a 20. Yeah, knock your like Dragon Knight. Cool, whatever. Nap time. I'm out. Um, Everyone else is like, okay, shit. First Dragon Knight of Leverbos. That's a big deal. First of all, there's only 3 Dragon Knights in Leverbos, so being the first among them is a pretty big fucking deal. Um, that means he's extremely powerful, extremely rich, and you do not
He's
want to
like
be on
rich.
his bad side. And then for Bryn, you also know that the first night of Leverbost, or the first night of Leverbost, is as close to as close as it gets to basically um, worldwide paladin fixer upper. Like if shit on a global scale goes down, he's fucking there to fix it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Sal with a fucking 30, you're like, oh, yeah, I know fucking Steve. No, I don't know what your father's actual name is off top of my head, Wrathful. What's his name?
What the fuck was the name I gave
Um,
you?
Hey,
I
I'm
gave, I gave you
remind me what race he is.
He.
Sal knows his name.
You would know, because you've met him personally. He is an ASMR.
Okay. I was
So
about
he
to
looks
say.
like a human, but his eyes have a golden ring around the iris, and he emits a holy platinum light.
I was about to say, depending on what his race was, I might have actually known his grandfather. But no, that's
No, but
reasonable.
you've heard of his father-in-law. You know his wife. Oh, fuck! I know Wrathful. I know Scion's whole family. So that's the baby she had all those years ago. I'm so happy to hear that. God, he's grown into such a fine young man.
You're the one I bounced on my knee when you were just this tall, and I'd hold my hand up like to a little under knee height.
You have a sudden flashback, Scion, to being like a year and a half old, and you're bouncing on the knee of a giant turtle person with a mohawk and like a couple of eye piercings and like a studded collar.
Scion does have a flashback, and he's just like he remembers seeing a scary dragon person in his youth.
Uncle Sal?
But it was actually a turtle.
Haven't you ever wondered where you got that old stuffed turtle toy from?
Mr. Stuffins? He was my best friend until I was 5. Alright, I'm done. But yeah, with a 30, you personally know Scion's father. You've met his mother.
His name was Raiden, if I'm not mistaken.
Raiden, like the God of Thunder from Mortal Kombat.
No, I said Reichland.
Reichland. Okay, yeah. So you know Reichland. You know his wife. You know that he is basically one of the only other people that Daurgathoth treats with respect, which is basically just treating him as like I don't know, not honorifics per se, but a little bit more patient with his words. Not for fear per se, but due to deeds this man's done. They've met once or twice just to make sure that, Leverbos wasn't going to encroach on his territory or upset him, and that is a very, very, very well kept hush-hush secret. And you know everything else that I mentioned as well.
So I'm just going to mention the things about knowing the family way back, but the rest I'm going to keep to myself.
Okay. Well, with that out of the way, I guess who would Scion? Do we have a table anywhere in here or no?
The kitchen. There's probably a dining room table up and
I
down
mean-
this area.
We can put a table somewhere. Yes.
There.
Okay.
There's the table.
No, I was talking about in the room we're in, because Scion was
No.
just going to throw the letter on the table. If anybody wants to read it, they can go ahead.
All right, hold on. I'm just gonna pull a table here. Oh fuck. I need to zoom in. There we go. Table. I'm gonna move it just over here so it makes sense to not be fucking in the middle of everything. God damn it, I need to move Baruch. There we go. I'll just put it there for now. We'll figure it out placements later.
All right.
Go ahead and make me a
Avon
stealth
reads-
check, Knock. Go ahead and make it with advantage. Oh yeah, you gone.
Would you mind if I make my perception check since
Everyone can make a perception check.
I was actively looking at him?
That's
What are
true,
we
you were.
perceiving? Or not perceiving?
Depends on what you roll.
I
And I will give Av an advantage because you
Yeah, I
have
hope
been
I
paying
don't see
attention.
it.
I'm going to use my reaction, Fuzzy, and introduce something for that, if you allow it, of course.
What's that? First of all, no one. Oh, it's not an
wrong
initiative,
one,
not
wrong
stealth
one.
roll.
That's that.
Huh. Well, you don't need to because not a single person here sees you. You are gone like Donkey Kong. Yeah, you rolled a 28 on your stealth, buddy. You're fucking gone.
Well, I mean, I don't think Bryn rolled.
Bryn, would you like to make a perception check?
Come on, Bryn, save this. No.
Everybody's rolling one, like it's so low.
Hey, I'm doing you guys a favor. I'm getting rid of all your bad dice.
This is like Cade and Nox throwing nat ones at each other and having sexual tension. What happened to that, by the way?
I rolled a nat 20, and then that was it.
Also, Mr. DM, could I have bought a high-priced block?
No, not right now.
Okay.
You've been working all day. But yeah, so no one sees as Nox sneaks off and goes to take a nap and study some ice. Scion drops a letter on the table, and the letter reads as follows, as soon as I open it up and load it. My dearest son, I write to you this evening with heart full of pride, yet weighed down by shadows of doubt. There have been instances of chaos and violence across multiple lands, and as of yet I lack the vision to put all the pieces together to a coherent image. I am vexed on multiple fronts, both abroad and domestic. The Archmage has sequestered himself with little warning while political parties the world over vie for power and status. Cordelica has brought slavery of, quote, lesser races. The elves remain in their forests, fighting a war of attrition against their southern neighbors. The Black Spire's influence over the sands of Alikir waxes as Saloon's tears dry, and Pterodon begins infighting. I am unable to offer shelter or support for the time being as I find myself stretched further than ever before, but know this. I am proud of you, and know that you'll find your own path. Let the platinum light of Bahamut guide your feet, and the love of your parents keep you warm against the cold of an uncaring world. Your eternally proud father.
Aww.
Now, did Abin read that out loud?
I read it out loud to everyone who was reading. So that is the voice everyone hears from the same place the light comes from. Magical voiceover. It's a howler.
Nock has no idea what's going on.
Except for Nock. Nock's taking a nap.
How Mac's going to speak up after reading it and say, so, not just here is screwed, huh?
Scion speaks up. If my father is stretched thin as he says he is, that means the situation everywhere is worse than we can possibly fathom.
So the option of going back to Liverpost to take the dragons there to keep them safe from pursuit, I guess that's out of the question now.
Scion's father responds from the letter. That is correct.
Sal, your thoughts on this? You are the oldest and wisest one here.
This is a chance for everyone to role play together, by the way. So please feel free to speak up.
Everybody's here, except for Nox.
Except for Nock, he's sleeping.
Oh, I heard my name. I'm sorry.
Scion
just
speaks
hear all of
to you,
it.
Sorry, Scion speaks to you, Massimo. He says, Massimo, you're the oldest and wisest one here. Your thoughts?
It sounds as if these tidings sound very similar to the premonition that I have received at the beginning of our journey together. I believe something big is coming, and the world is at risk. On top of that, these kobolds and their patron, who seems very powerful, is planning something that we must discover. Something that I have been tasked with discovering. I believe we must be on our way sooner rather than later before it gets any worse. I propose that we leave as soon as possible. Everything is in order. Our equipment has been made. The ship has been provisioned. I do not know if we should risk the town for much longer.
And speaks up and says, I agree. We can't put these people in any more danger than they already have been.
So what do we do? Do we follow the captain's wishes and go and investigate?
Sorry.
That would probably be the wisest decision.
I mean, are you sure? We would be walking right into their home, the ones who are chasing us.
Well, we've been able to overcome anything they've thrown our way so far.
Barely.
Yes, because most of the things they've thrown our way has been cannon fodder.
I mean, what else would we do? Will we continue to stay in town and just protect it from anyone who may attack it in order to try and get to our charges? And I point at the dragons in our care.
They are currently hanging out on the second floor balcony.
I point up then.
No, you are right, Massimo.
Are they in a big old cuddle puddle?
They are.
Aw.
Aww.
Also, just a side note on dragon ecology, because obviously that's of vital importance. Dragons are very, although they have scales and appear reptilian, with both their action, the way they move, and the way they attack and the way they behave is more feline in nature.
Really?
So we're taking the
Kinda
How to
like How
Train
to
Your
Train Your
Dragons
Dragon.
approach.
So
Precisely.
like Spyro reimagined.
Kind of, and that's from the 3.5 Draconomicon as well. They have
Really?
detailed information about the ecology of dragons. There's even like skeletal and muscular diagrams, so you can see the actual inner workings of them. It's pretty cool. But that's neither here nor there. There's just an example, just of why they're in a cuddle puddle.
Do you have that letter in a text?
Yeah, I can add it in there. I'll just copy paste it into a thing to present to you guys.
If you wouldn't mind, I wanted to look back over it. There's a couple details that I've been stewing over.
Wait, is this character's name Sal or Massimo?
Massimo is my actual legal birth name.
Okay.
Salvatore is his character's name.
Sal is correct.
To be fair, Massimo does sound like a fantasy name to begin with, so I can
Yeah,
understand
it really does. It's good. Scion speaks up. Sal is right, though. We should, just in case they're preparing for another wave, we should check the island.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But at the same time, Scion, wouldn't it also help us if we assisted your father on his several fronts? If we could lift a bit of the weight off his shoulders, perhaps he could find the time to help us.
If we tried to help our father, for one, he'd yell at us. Because he's a practical man. For two, we will be of no help. You are talking about a man who I could not touch, scratch, get near, breathe upon with my skill. If he is having difficulty doing his job, we would be of no use. So our only options are to either explore the island or defend the city. For now, that is our option.
Say we explore the island. We've been nothing but sitting ducks here.
Fair.
Miss Bryn, if you do not mind me asking.
Ask away.
If it is all right with everyone here, if you could make me a full plate of armor out of the dragon scales, if that is fine with everyone here. How long would that take?
That take me.
Fuzzy?
Oh, what was the question? How long would it take you?
Yeah, I asked if everyone here was all right with it. If she made me a full plate suit of armor out of the scales, how long would that take?
It would full plate. Um,
2 days worth of work.
I think it would take longer than that. I have to just debate. I have to ponder something as soon as I
Ponder your
finish.
ore, Mr.
Yeah, as soon as I
DM.
finish typing.
You know, I'm really liking this roleplay thing, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, I mean, all you're doing is sleeping.
Yeah, best roleplay ever, man.
Okay,
And then Helmet goes downstairs in Nox's room with a bucket of ice water.
Well, you don't even know I'm here.
Crafting
You
time.
don't know where I went. I could
Well,
be in
no,
the
I didn't
walls
see
for
you
all you
leave.
know.
That doesn't mean I don't notice you gone now.
Yeah, but you don't know where I could be. I could be in the walls for all you know.
No, I do know that your room is downstairs, so.
Actually, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Full plate. Cost 6. Plate mail 1,500 gold pieces. Divided by 40.
Carry the one.
No, it's divided by 5. What's 1,500 divided by 5? 300.
Like
What was it?
1500 divided by
1500 divided by 5 should be 300, correct?
Yeah, that'd be
300.
300.
300.
Okay.
Always got that task.
So, crafting plate mail, a full set of plate mail would take, let's see, it costs you half, so 150 hours of time. So, 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how your rolls are.
Shit.
Oh, God.
And Mr. DM,
What
you
about
never
half plate?
Uh,
have that
150.
maybe?
Yeah, exactly half that.
So maybe
So
1 week, I think.
yeah, so a week.
What is the
That's
AC of half plate?
Not as good. 15 plus dex, max 2.
So 17 max.
Yep.
That is worse than what I have on right now. So
Yep.
yeah, never mind.
What do you have on right now?
Chainmail.
Okay, chainmail. You could upgrade from chainmail to half. You could upgrade from chainmail to splint mail. That up your AC by 1, and it would cost $1.25 gold piece wise, or 75 gold pieces worth of materials, and 75 gold pieces divided by 5. That's 5, 15 hours. So 1 work day, 1 double shift. If you were going to upgrade, it would take even less time than that.
I have 6 small chainmail sets. Well, not 6 small chainmail sets because I already scrapped all that. So
For your horse barding.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I might have to. If that was converted instead into material to upgrade my armor, what would that do?
Run
Well,
that question by me one more time.
if the barding armor scrap was instead converted to helping upgrade my armor, what would that do? On the time wise, I guess, or cost.
You have to upgrade it to at least splint mail. I don't know. I'd have to do some math. I can't think off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Well,
it'll take you
my
more
AC
than a day, regardless, or at least 1 double shift for minimum upgrades.
my AC isn't terrible, so it's probably, I don't know.
But that is something you could leave here to be crafted while you're gone, or you could potentially see about getting a portable, the equivalency of a portable forge.
Problem being, if I left my chainmail here, I would be wearing no armor.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was referring to crafting the plate mail. Sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
Portable forge would be so useful.
How much does a portable forge cost?
Well, funny you should mention that. But as you guys bring this up, Sven is going to walk in the door with a gift from his father, Dorian Blackhammer.
Oh.
Duh. My father noticed you very good craft. You make dwarf proud and you know him. Very impressed. He give gift to keep equipment in shape while on the road. And behind him, a small chest hops along on from one half to the other, bouncing forward, and it slams down in front of you and opens its mouth, and there's two long rows of teeth and a long tongue that it reaches out and licks Brit in the face with. This Chesty, he claps his hands twice, and Chesty, the mimic, unfolds into a full-size forge, complete with billows, tongs, hammer, anvil, and actual forge. And barrel of oil. Back to normal. He claps his hands 2 more times, and Chesty folds in on itself, and it behaves much like a happy dog.
That is so adorable.
Helmac turns to him and says, "How did you train that thing?"
Leslie, quick question. You DM me the stats
Long
for the
time.
armor I made.
Yeah, I will. It's leather armor. Were you making leather or studded leather?
It was that Lenorm scale leather armor, whatever.
Okay, standard leather. Okay, so standard leather is going to be 11 plus dex, but this is higher material, so it's going to be 13 plus your dex modifier, and you'll have resistance to cold damage.
Thanks.
No problem. Also, you will have resistance against dragon fear.
Okay. So you said 13 plus dex?
13 plus dex, correct. Weight 10 pounds, surprisingly light, despite how hard it is.
Okay.
How train? Very careful. Many treat. 3 lost hand. But now,
oh my goodness.
Good Chesty, yes, good boy, yes. And he gives it the equivalency of chin rubs by lifting up like the lock that would be hanging off the bottom half of a chest, and just scratches underneath the giblets. That's basically its neck. It laps its tongue aggressively and bounces one corner up and down on the ground, the rest of it remaining somehow still. He functions as chest of storing, he functions as body disposal, and function as working forge, and if eat whole nother kit can transform. So you buy fancy alchemy lab, he eat take alch lab with you. Congratulations. Now you have potion on the road. But for now, only Chesty and Forge. I see important meeting happen. I no mean intrude. I leave. See in morning. Cannon be mounted boat by time ready to go when ready. This will also allow you to basically repair equipment while on the road, because henceforth, armor is going to have basically the equivalency of hit points. If you amass too many nat 1s on a weapon, it will need to be repaired, and if it is not repaired, it will be broken and unusable until repaired at the forge. Armor, if critical hits are made against you, this goes for the party. If critical hits are made against you, your armor is going to take the same thing. If you take, depending on how powerful the armor is, light, medium, heavy, it'll have more health to it. But after it takes a certain amount of damage, it will need to be repaired, or else it's broken and you lose AC.
It's a good thing my pecs double as armor.
Yes.
What do you think of my reference image?
No.
Oh, the reference image? Where reference image?
Yeah, D&D General.
D&D General.
Da. It no light up with notification. Did not realize. Yes, that's perfect. That chesty. Such a sweet boy.
He's
So
such a
sweet,
good
so
boy.
kind. He starts kicking. Just like you hit the spot. It's just I leave
Bryn can
chesty
hardly
to you.
contain her excitement. And she gives Chesty a good scratch on the head. On the top of him.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so that is how you will be able to repair or upgrade equipment on the road, to answer your questions.
No questions. Just all the love for Chesty.
Mm-hmm. Sal, did you see what you needed to see? Was that properly described to you?
Sorry. Are you talking about the message, or are you talking about
The message, yes.
Okay. I did. I was actually just about to type out something.
Cool, just making sure.
Yep.
Alright, I think that's actually, unless we have more, do we have more roleplay going?
I mean, let's just roleplay and get to the final decision. Like, we're doing this because we actually haven't come to a conclusion. We've just kind of been dancing around it.
Oh, here. Actually, I could use a brief break. I need to go check something in my study. Abin, would you mind helping me find something?
Abin will oblige you.
All right. So we're going to step aside for a second. We've got something to discuss.
I'd put you two on top of each other. No, I don't think that's what you wanted. You didn't roll nat ones on your insights. So we're gonna go, let's put you in the, hold on, let's put you there. I need to move this to the right layer, map layer, and now I'll move you two into the library, or the study.
Scion picks up the note and then starts checking it over.
Oh, fuck, I moved you to the map layer? You stupid fuck. Alright, what are you checking over, good sir?
He's looking for perhaps the secretly stored gold his father could have sent him.
Make me an investigation check.
Hilarious.
He's got to pay off that debt to Helmac. When that interest kicks in.
Now that's gonna compound relatively quickly.
Yeah.
You find a very small note at the very, very end of the page. Do you miss it the first time? It says, also, in regards to money, what part of your cut off didn't you get? Love you, kiddo.
Right after he talked about, oh, my important dad, and wow, he's so great.
I was hoping you were going to do that, Huzzy.
Dick.
That's fantastic.
But I'm so grateful for Chesty.
Thank you.
I love him so much.
That was my crafter and character's gift in a different campaign, so I thought I would share him with you. He brought me just as much joy.
Hey.
I love him so much. And if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in the room and then myself.
I give you my cookie for that 9-9 quote.
Fuzzy,
You got a question?
Yeah. Okay. if we take the time to get our, say, like a sword sharpened, does it add anything?
Yes, it does.
+1 to damage.
Oh, well.
And
Scion.
balance is +1 to hit.
Actually, first, Scion talks to Garuk, right? Or was it Simmons' character? Whose daddy is the Forge guy?
Not me.
Lipton's uncle,
Yeah,
Lipton's uncle Earl Grey is the Forge guy.
Okay, Lipton's uncle. Didn't he give his shield to Lipton's uncle, or did he give it to someone else?
Lipton's uncle. It'll be ready by tomorrow.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Actually, it should be
Right.
done today because Lipton fucking made a 25 and a 26 crafting check.
Oh. I guess Scion needs to talk to Lipton about that one then and figure it out because that'd be meta. He pulls out his sword and walks over to Bryn and excuse me, Bryn.
Yes.
Do you mind sharpening this for me? And he pulls out his. Actually, he pulls out his sword, and then his great sword lance magically appears in his hand, and he holds that out too.
So, Bryn, what you see in front of you is a classic longsword, or greatsword, or whatever the fuck it is. Cool, got it, yeah. And then you see the other fuck thing. What the fuck is this monstrosity? It is part lance, part sword, all parts heavy. You forgot the roll part now, Sal. You put those two together. Slash roll. Put them together.
Okay.
Do I need to roll a strength check just to hold that thing?
What's your strength?
Thing...
What is your strength modifier?
My strength modifier is 3.
What is your strength? 16 or 17?
17.
Not quite, but it's fucking heavy. I mean, this thing... It is basically like, imagine the handle of a lance. So it's a good, I don't know, 1.5 feet long. And then at the top of that, where the crossguard would normally be, it fans out left, right, wide, real wide, and then it also comes up almost to like this 4-pointed star on the top and bottom with like sharp sweeping angles to left and right, and then where the crossguard would be, where the angles are, it splays out real wide, almost in a complete circle. And just roll it fucking in the open, Sal, because it's not working and it's pissing me off. So this sword lance thing is real fucking weird. It can fit in the holster thing that you set a lance to when you're riding on a horse. You could wield it like a sword, but it's fucking heavy. You need a 17 to use this sword. It's like 4 feet long, plus 1.5 feet handle. It's almost as tall as you. Like, you have a sword frog that holds it in place. Like, you just basically lift a little bit and rotate off of your back, and then you literally roll it over your shoulder to get it into a fighting stance.
Oh, you asked me to sharpen it?
Yeah, he asked you to sharpen his long sword in the great sword lance.
Sure.
Well,
Okay.
sharpen the bits that need to be sharpened on the great sword lance, not the blunt parts.
So Chesty has a
grinding
something
wheel,
I can sharpen the sword with. All right. She turns to Chesty and says, "Okay, Chesty, let's see what you can do."
So he opens up. He turns into a forge with the grinding wheel. He takes up a good 15, 20 square feet. I'm going to say this back corner here. Like all these spaces. Right. Yeah. But within a little bit of time, you can... and with the help of a brace or a saddle horse, for you construction people, you can sharpen the thing. It is weird, unwieldy, and God, you don't know why. But I mean, this is, and you've seen him do some good things with it, so I'm not gonna ask too many questions. Make me a crafting check with advantage.
Check with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Alrighty, ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
that's all
my
you need.
God, yeah. So not only is it going to get the sharpened property, she's going to hammer out a couple of spots and rebalance it, and it's going to get the balanced property as well in the process of like an hour and a half. She's like, well, this is fucking wrong. Bang, 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 bang. This, you need a pommel here because the thing is weighted way too far forward. Bing, bing, bing. You know, what the fuck is going on with this crossguard? Let's put these here and make sure it's balanced properly left and right so you don't have to fucking break your wrist trying to hold it. And then you're going to get a balanced, sharpened monstrosity back. And God, is it shiny. And then you notice at the very bottom, it was crafted crafted at the Sunny Lion, fixed by Bryn Mateo.
How long does the sharpened property stay on it?
Forever. Or
Oh,
until it's damaged.
and
Like-
what does balance do again?
Basically your +1 to hit, +1 to damage, non-magical bonuses.
Oh, nice.
So does Chesty immediately go back to normal once I'm done with him?
If you clap your hands twice, yes. Otherwise, he's just going to kind of chill there and look at you. His eyeball is on the center of the grinding wheel, so when you're spinning, his eyeball's spinning real fast. But he kind of likes it.
That's great.
So Bryn claps twice.
Okay, and Chesty folds in on himself. His eyes slowly stop spinning and sets into place. He shakes his head a couple of times and then gives you a big old lick, and then opens his mouth like he's expecting a treat.
Yeah, she just melts. She's like, "Oh, good boy, Chesty. You're such a good boy."
Helmac throws one of his chef treats in his mouth.
He is very excited by this and immediately chomps at it with a ravenous vigor. And then he burps up a silver piece. You're not sure where that came from.
All right. Helmac says, "I wonder if he can turn into anything else, like any other tools we need, like alchemy tools or something like that."
Well, from what was discussed earlier, you need to purchase a full set, like a standard, not an away set, and then he needs to eat it and assimilate with it. But then it can be used. So yeah. Thanks.
Well, speaking of Fuzzy.
Yep.
That the practiced expert feat we talked about like 3 times already. Like, yeah, you remember that? The tool proficiency and all that. Oh, I'm buying that right now.
Okay. Deduct your hero points.
I know. I just
Deduct your hero points.
What was that? Yep. I just
yep.
did.
Okay.
And
everything's breaking, isn't it?
I am actually. What?
Yeah, everything's having a stroke for a moment. Okay.
Yeah, you were real cutting out. So it says a tool of your choice, so I am going to actually grab the herbalism kit.
Okay.
So now I have expertise with that because fire rune.
There you go.
I just need to buy it.
Yep. I'll get mimic picture too. Is there anything else that we have, ladies and gents?
I don't know if there's anything magical with the ice. Look, can I just roll if something happens while I'm asleep? With the ice?
Yeah, go ahead. Make me Oh my god, this is incredible. It's a mimic wagon. I'm gonna pull it out here for the future just because it's beautiful. God damn it, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Yeah, make me an Arcana check. I'm clicking the wrong thing. That's what it is. Nope, no I'm not. Oh, because it's a premium asset. I need to buy it. Never mind. There we go. That's Chesty. Yeah, nothing happens. You're just very comfortable and cold. Not that one. Token. Chesty.
Also, trip to the meteor. Did we do that this session, or is that?
No, that is going to be next session.
Okay, just clarifying.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if it happened or not.
Nope. That will actually. That is a trip that you guys can make and stop for on the way to Northwich and beyond.
So cozy in my cold room with my crows sleeping in there, my little orb of ice, my ham, my bearskin bedroll. Oh, this is great. I should turn that elk pelt into a rug that I can sleep on top of. Yeah, it's coming together now.
So after all the mimic stuff has been done, Helmac speaks up and says, "So I guess we're going to scout out the Kobold home, I guess."
Everyone looks around uncomfortably, no one wanting to make a final decision.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't paying attention.
Knock doors loudly in his room.
I didn't mean to do that.
All right, Chesty has a name tag now, and I can add him to the pet roster.
Speaks up. That seems to be the census. If anyone else disagrees, speak now.
Well, silence. So I guess we're going.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Well, while everything's going on, while everybody is neglecting to say anything about this, I'm assuming that is a yes. So,
I'm
I
good
guess
to go.
So I guess we should simply wrap up our day and be prepared to set off tomorrow, because I would rather not stay in this town much longer at risk of putting it in danger.
All right.
Alright, so, everybody, I recommend you relax, get some rest. I will prepare dinner for everybody. And, but right after I go out and buy an herbalism kit, I feel the need to.
Oh god, it's the addiction.
well, actually, funny thing is, like, the herbalism kit can be used to create antitoxin, so I could basically cleanse myself and be able to just use the drugs over and over.
Sure, that's how that works.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Let's go with that.
Totally, because nicotine patches definitely work for me every time.
Oh yeah, they're so good.
Well, antitoxin, antitoxin's poison. Yeah, I know, but I assume like there's also like I can make like a cleansing thing for drugs.
And you'd be wrong. Addiction is not that simple to kick.
No, it is not.
Nope.
I know what your wish spell is probably gonna be.
Who says you're getting wish spells?
I'm saying if he ever got his hands up. I never assume we're gonna have.
No. My wish would be for everybody in the world to suffer the same as me.
I guess Scion, seeing that everyone seemingly agrees with the going to explore the island after, I guess we go to get the star piece or whatever.
Yeah, it's on the way.
He's going
supposed
to leave and go pick up his new shield.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. You
So-
meet with Earl Grey. He's like, there you are, kid. I got you your shield all fixed up and ready to go. All prepared, fitted, reset, resized, the whole kit and caboodle. I think you'll like her.
All right. So this will be, I don't know, what would this pretty much be? It'd just be a tower shield with the spikes on it now?
Yes, as a reaction, you can. When you are hit with a melee attack, as a reaction, you can expend one of the spikes to do 1d6 damage, and then if they're coated with poison, 1d6 poison damage to the attacker. The damage type is piercing, besides poison, by the way.
Okay.
Not an attack roll, it just happens.
Yeah. How do you mind programming that, Fuzzy?
Yeah, I'll punch that in for you later on, between now and next session.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna just name it Spiked Tower Shield.
Spring Spike Tower Shield.
All right. I changed them. I'm just gonna need you to program that because I don't really know how.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Do we have anything else before we call it for the evening? I know Appen had a thing or two for me when we were done because him and Sal were having a private meeting. But apart from that, do we have anything else?
I subtracted the money for my herbalism kit, just letting you know.
Oh, works for me.
I'm having a hard time diverting my attention between multiple things. I've been having a rough week, so I will get back to you and Abin on all that together, if I could.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sorry. There's just some personal stuff going on, and I've been having a hard time dividing my attention. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
You're all good.
No worries.
I will drop you a DM with some details before next session.
Mr. DM, while I have you here,
Yep.
I don't. It should be too hard. Can I have a door, please, for my room?
Yeah. I'll give you all doors. Hold on.
Oh, it's forbidden.
Is this tokens or maps? I think it's on. Oh, it's token level. All right. Copy. Paste.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it relatively symmetrical. Paste. We'll get K to room next time. Everyone can retreat their individual rooms except for Sal and Abin, who are having their meeting privately. And otherwise, I think we're going to call it there for the evening. We have a solid plan. Equipment has been made.
My icebox has been
Plans
made.
are in motion. Yep, your icebox is there. It is fucking cold in there, mate.
Yeah, but remember, I'm
you got a really toasty bearskin sleeping bag. It's not just the bearskin. It's your old sleeping bag that's lined with the bear fur, and you can put the bear's head on like a fucking cowl.
I got like my crows in there sleeping on top of me, like nested together. It's cozy, man. I got my orb of ice, like.
Fuck yeah, it is.
All
right.
Let me ask.
And with
go
ahead.
Well, this isn't anything important. So you could end the session before this if you want.
Go ahead and ask me first.
Is my room? You could use it theoretically as a freezer.
You
like
would
how
probably.
Cold are we
it's not freezer temperature, but it's. I'm gonna say good 38, 40 degrees.
Like
so late November, early December.
So are we talking like fridge cold for reference? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd be that cold.
I wonder if I could ever make. I don't know how. but it somehow made it to where I got cold immunity. Slept in an ice box. Everybody just walks into my room to get like that jar of jelly or something they wanted cold.
God damn, why is it always so cold here? Always.
And then they just see me in the corner sleeping like a baby. Like, what the heck, man? Are you not cold?
All right. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna have to call it early tonight.
No, you're good. We're calling the session right
We're
now
just
anyway.
messing.
Yeah.
So
I think
you're
I'm
all
right.
good, bud. You
All right,
have a good
I'll
one,
catch you guys.
and talk to
Yeah,
you later.
absolutely. Sorry. I'll talk to you guys later.
No worries.
You're
Bye,
good.
Massimo.
Alright,
I
and as
this
soon
is
as I
more.
finish dropping this door, that's where we'll call it for the evening. Thanks for stopping by and dealing with my shit tonight, guys. And gal.
Hmm.